is good, Chad? How are we doing today? Welcome to another show. It's the start of the week and the start of new beefs. Yes, all right. Old alliances form and new alliances fail. I think I had that backwards. In this case, it doesn't matter because this whole scenario we're talking about is completely backwards and unexpected, by the way, because listen, it's something we all knew that Myron was going to snap on, but we didn't know when Myron was going to snap on this, all right? And for those of you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, first of all, let me know if you can hear me in the chat, all right? Put a 1. Let me get my chat button ready. I put a 1 in the chat, okay, if you can hear me. But if you don't know what I'm talking about podcast bros. Okay, now this has been a phenomenon that has swept through the manosphere, particularly the red pill, for the past, I would say, 2-3 years, right? And what do I mean by podcast bros? Well, for those of you guys who have not been sleeping under a rock or have been, I don't know where you come from, but hello, welcome. Listen, podcast bros are basically a podcast setup, all right, where you have 2 or more dudes, all right, surrounded by multiple women, and these women could be OnlyFans models or porn stars, okay? And the centered conversation is around dating, relationships, and the whole modern woman, shebang thing. All right, so if you guys know what I'm talking about, that's the podcast bros. And the first person that ever, or the first group that came up with this was Fresh and Fit. All right. Now, again, we don't know the origin story 100%. Okay. Whether it's Donnie Boy or Solo TV 84 that are fighting for the claim to who put Fresh and Fit on, right? Which I don't think is something you want to brag about because, look at these bozos. But again, it doesn't matter. Since their inception and their successful formula, a lot of people have been replicating that same process. We've seen a bunch of discount Walgreens versions of the Fresh and Fit podcast, right? Where they try to do the formula, all right? And some of it kind of works, and some of it just doesn't work, okay? On one end, you got the guys, being too soft on the girls, and the incels don't like that. Or on the other hand, you got the guys being too hard on the girls, maybe just being overly critical. It doesn't matter. The point is you tick 2 or 3 boxes, okay? You tick the female box because a lot of the incels, because they see a nice woman that they despise because they can never have her, all right? They get attracted to that. So you got the draw, and then you have the conversations, meaning the red pill talking points, which then when you draw these incels in, they get inundated with that talking points that, a lot of these other platforms have been facilitating thus far, okay? So then these incels buy into your program, but you have to have that perfect mixture, okay? All right, Fresh and Fit, we're the only ones to do that. And for a while, you saw a little bit of these other podcasts coming up and trying. All right. Shout out to Playbacks. They did a reaction video to one of the other guys that tried to copy the formula. Dude, freaking whatever. But they got to copy the formula. I can't say that right for some reason, right? But they didn't really quite get it right because these guys, they were basically just yelling at the females and being overly rude, right? But there was a podcast that managed to replicate it, and not only replicate the formula, they were actually successful with it, right? So who was this podcast? It was whatever podcast, those guys. Yeah, the previous prank channel that saw the profits to be made in the red pill space and decided to grift their way in. All of a sudden, they went from pranking people to, go ahead and yelling at hosts. That's basically a graduation for it. And they did it so well with a combination of YouTube shorts to get the name and podcasts out there to let the incels know. Yeah, they're new bozos in town. Don't forget to follow us, right? That's essentially what it is, and they took the fuck off, all right? And they've been going. Now, listen, when they came out, I was the first one to criticize this. Okay, I wasn't the first one, all right? Shout out to ChatGPT because y'all pointed this out to me. But after I saw this, I had to cover it because I'm like, did we know that there was a discount Fresh and Fit? And they're just a bunch of white guys, and they're actually good. They actually figured out the formula. I didn't think this was a day that would come, but they did it. And one of the main things I did, you guys go to that video, we talked about is what would be Fresh and Fit's reaction, right? Are they either gonna Are they even going to react to this? And I was of one or two opinions, right? The first opinion is Myron definitely hates this shit because Myron's going to see them as nothing but no good, grubbing clout chasers, right? And the second thing is Myron's probably not going to say anything because the fact that he sees them as clout chasers, he probably doesn't want to give them the validation, okay, that they're succeeding with Fresh and Fit's formula, okay? So we kind of didn't hear anything from the Fresh and Fit crew at all regarding this, okay? There was a little tiff with Kevin Samuels that we already knew was bubbling under the surface, but other than that, all these other podcast bros that have been coming out, you didn't really hear a valid response, from Myron, or at least Fresh, if he's even part of the show. You didn't hear anything. Okay, so fast forward till recently, where for some reason, I don't know if this is a new type of thing Myron and Fresh are doing, but I like it. I actually vibe with it. All right, it's a calling show where they're able to have their audience call in, and Myron doesn't have to Frank Castle them. Okay, I mean it's impossible to Frank. Well, I mean it's not impossible. I mean, it's pretty easy to do that over the phone, but still, all right, it's a little bit more relaxed, and he's a little bit more tolerant, especially when they're going in on Fresh, like we covered it in the last episode. Myron's definitely tolerant of that. He'll just sit back and stay quiet. But one of the people we're talking about the Whatever podcast and how Myron really felt. Now, I don't know if he was possessed by, the red pill jujus that night or whatever the hell's happened. Maybe it's the new apartment. I don't know. Okay. But Myron went the fuck off. He went the fuck off on Whatever podcast. And he started saying a bunch of things. Some I kind of expected. And some I was like, huh. Now, this here, Myron, is a little bit hypocritical. Are you looking at what I'm saying? Because wait a minute, you're calling them lazy chasers or something to that sort, right? How they don't actually help men out or do anything to support men. My nigga, they're copying you. You got to understand this, Myron. They're copying your model verbatim, okay? And they ran with it and they're successful. So if they're not actually in the business to help men, or you don't feel as though their platform is there to help men, what do you think we've been saying about y'all niggas? What the fuck? What do you think we've been saying about you people? Myron, Fresh, you guys aren't helping young men out there either. I think you and Whatever podcast are on the same side of the same coin, and the feminists are on the opposite side of the same coin. But y'all are all there. There's no differentiating between the both of you. You know what this is? This is what I call the battle of the frauds, at least the podcast battle frauds, okay? Because now what you're going to see is the kind of women argument, yeah, they're still going on, but now you're seeing the internal cannibalization, okay? Now they're starting to eat each other apart and go after each other in the harshest ways, all right? These are the people that say, men, we're drama-free, okay? And we have to work together and stick together because everybody wants to help men. So why demonize the podcast doing exactly what you're doing? And if you don't have a valid reason, now you have to explain this hypocrisy, my boy, because from our eyes, from where we're standing, y'all motherfuckers in the same boat. Y'all are all in the same boat. So I just found it hilarious because you know what it reminds me of, chat? It reminds me of that Spider-Man meme. All right, where you got all three Spider-Mans, and they're trying to figure out who's the fraudster. That's what's happening. You got these podcast bro platforms. They're like, no, you don't help men. No, he doesn't help men. No, that guy doesn't help men. And we're sitting there like, none of y'all are helping anybody. So what are we doing? But shout out to you, chat. Let me go ahead and bring this video up, and shout out to M. Dot for the $50 super chat. I'm gonna get to that in just a second before we start this video. Let me just bring this up, okay? And this video was titled, okay, why I don't collab with YouTubers. Okay, that's what Myron decided to call this. And that with the $50 super chat, it says, this further proves Myron is nothing but a drama whore. Facts. The facts. He says, it says always starting conflicts to stay relevant. How is this helping men? Marco did a copycat of Fresh and Fit show a while back, facts, and Rolo does an Access Vegas show that's a copycat of Fresh and Fit also. Why no smoke for them? Facts. Matter of fact, you took the goddamn words right out of my mouth, because this is why I was saying earlier in the monologue that this makes Myron a hypocrite, right? And you brought it right to the forefront, because again, due to the success of the Fresh and Fit formula, the Manosphere talking points combined with the OnlyFans girls, okay? Due to the success of that, other people were copying that formula. Saint the Sinner copied that formula. Matter of fact, Saint the Sinner, he did it Even worse, because he decided to bring on that one weirdo that was a magician. Y'all remember that magician weirdo that was basically the discount fresh? Okay, what was his name? G Breezy, Jay Braze, or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. Like, these people aren't that important. Like, so I don't keep track of it. Okay, so it is what it. Jay Breezy or something like that, right? So, he was the one that took a picture of Rolo while Rolo was barefooted on the bed in the bedroom. I remember that dude. Yeah, y'all some sus ass people. But anyways, I'm not surprised that Saint the Sinner took Jabrizi, all right, and decided to do a discount version of Fresh and Fit, because it was successful. But the thing is, Saint the Sinner didn't have that formula. He didn't have the Myron formula. And Jabriza didn't have the Fresh formula, okay? He was not that much of an idiot, and he could speak properly, at least way better than Fresh did. So it didn't make any sense. You couldn't really point to Jabriza and say, you're dumb, no, it didn't work. That formula didn't work. And with Saint, he's too much full of himself that he's more trying to seduce the girls on the show and make them think he's God versus actually criticizing them, okay? And that's not the formula that works either, because when Myron does it, he doesn't give a fuck about his reputation. These bitches can hate him. He don't care, all right? Matter of fact, bring out the inner Frank Castle. He's going in. So Myron don't give a shit about his reputation. He can get tarnished. He can get smacked around and tossed in the mud, but then he's just moving right on, because then everybody knows you get what you get. You get what you pay for with this dude. With Saint the Sinner, he can't take that. I'm sorry. He can't. Y'all remember the what is an NFT? That did so much damage to his ego. My boy actually thought he's actually deluded to believe that he can take on Destiny again in a debate. Okay, that's how full of himself he is. They don't recognize reality. All right. So when they try to start a discount platform, the reason why Fresh and Fit isn't calling them out, because they buddies. They buddies. Roll Tomasi, they're buddies. Okay. But here's another thing you got to pay attention to. The reason why they're not really going after Saint the Sinner, the reason why they're not really going after Roll Tomasi or any of these guys who copy the Podcast Bro platform and then and try to run with it, was because none of them are going to be as successful as Fresh and Fit. Let's be honest, M. Dot. We got to be honest, M. Dot. None of them are going to be as successful as Fresh and Fit. And Myron knows that. Rolo not going anywhere. He's peaked, okay? He's peaked in high school, and he's peaked as a middle-aged man. It is what it is, all right? He's not going anywhere. His growth is capped, okay? They know this. So he's never going to surpass them. Saint the Sinner, where's his platform at? Where is his platform at? I don't see it. Okay, I'm actually surprised he got invited back on the show, but I don't know where his platform at. You think Saint the Sinner is gonna be successful with the Podcast Bro formula? No, and Myron knows it, so he's not gonna really. It's like, all right, you guys tried but failed, but you can stay underneath my wing. Whatever podcast is different. Whatever podcast, I know Brian's an idiot. He doesn't know how to run a podcast at all, but he built it. Him and whoever they did it right, okay? And although they replatformed their already existing platform that was meant for pranks to Manosphere Red Pill shit, it still doesn't matter. They were successful at it. Now, the one thing Fresh and Fit have, M. Dot, over whatever, is they built it from scratch, right? They started as Unplugged Fit, and then somehow Fresh bumbled his way into the picture, and then it became Fresh and Fit, right? But I would tell you this: let Saint the Sinner be successful and watch the hate flow. I guarantee you. See, all these guys, they want to preach unity, they want to preach loyalty and all that bullshit. All right, to be frank with you, these are the biggest crabs in the bucket people. Okay, they don't care as long as you're not more successful as them. All right. That's the best way I could put it. But M. Dot, shout out to you. And get used to your new powers, by the way. I was surprised that you were not a mod yet. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you not a mod yet? That's crazy. Nah, we had to fix that. Dev with the $2 super chat. Shout out to you. Says he didn't say anything until they got demonetized. No. You're right. But I think Myron was seething under the surface, okay? He saw the whatever podcast becoming successful. He saw them perfectly integrating other members of the Red Pill into their platform, like the Sosniks and Destiny and all these other guys, and they were able to just springboard and go. So you could tell Myron was seething just watching these white boys finish it up, right? And I know we throw white boys in there because realistically, they are if there was a parallel universe of Fresh and Fit, okay, that'd be whatever. Because the opposite of them is just two white guys running the podcast with OnlyFans girls. And then you got the other side of things, two black guys who hate being black, apparently, and they're running the OnlyFans platform. So again, I don't see a difference, all right? But shout out to you. Let's get to this video.
He's a hater.
Oh, let's go, hater.
5238. 5238. You are up.
All right. Go ahead, man. What's your critique?
I'm in this bitch.
What?
I got you.
All right. So actually, I'm a long time fan, but I'm putting on my hater hat today, man.
Sure.
I got some criticisms for you.
Sure.
All right, man. So the first one, I remember back when Kevin Samuels was alive, right? Before he died, you guys had a little bit of beef going on, and it's unfortunate it didn't get resolved. I remember you had that super long podcast where you were showing all the text messages and stuff, and I remember that, you know, you wanted to do the best that you could to resolve the conflict between the two of you and go ahead and work together because he was an inspiration for you, so on and so forth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, with your growth and all that, man, a lot of the people who were in your audience grew and made their own podcasts, and they want to work with you. And now that you're in that position that Kevin Samuels was in, the energy is kind of fucked up that you're giving these guys. Now, the ones that were your former employees that went off and disrespected you, I understand that. But like the white folks and the Jewish folks that are wanting to work with you, they can reach places that you can't. I don't understand why you wouldn't necessarily take a Machiavellian approach, you know what I'm saying, and just feed off of them and go ahead and grow with them when none of these guys say anything negative about you when they mention you.
Number one, we don't refrain from working with people based on the color of their skin or their background. That absolutely has zero bearing on anything. That's number one. As far as the situation, so you're saying why don't we work with certain individuals?
Yeah, basically.
Well, for one, we don't owe anybody anything. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And two, it's like we've actually worked people from the very beginning that were supposed to be on some level, I want to say, a part of our culture, part of our, I want to say, space, and a lot of them turn us down. So it's kind of like, at this point, we're just doing what we need to do to move forward.
You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's just go, because I want to make sure we address this appropriately. Who are you talking about specifically?
Yeah,
go
exactly.
ahead.
There it is. There it is. Yo, you got, see, okay, I don't know what is possessing Myron, because again, it was just like, the guy kept it pretty general, right? He's saying you got a bunch of these guys who are coming up and doing it. And Myron, you could tell this has been bothering him, okay? The way he decided, okay, you know what? Let's just get to the brass tacks, okay? Who the fuck are you trying to talk about here? You know, I know who you talking to. I'm about to get into it right now, all right? That's Myron's mentality, because he's been waiting forever for this moment, for somebody to ask him, what you gonna do about these haters, dog? Or these copycats? What you gonna do about them? You just gonna let it slide? Let's see what Myron has to say.
Go ahead.
Who in detail?
Who are you talking about specifically? And I'll go ahead and tell you why we don't work with
just
them.
purely things in whatever podcast.
I knew he was going to say that.
Yeah.
Okay. Number one, y'all might not know this, and I have no problem with Pearl personally, but she made a hit piece on us back when we were going through the fucking situation with Anus and Reach.
Yes.
Hey, yo, I knew it. See, this shit right here makes Pearl so pathetic. Yo, this shit right here, just this little statement alone. Hey, Pearl, I know you watching. Okay, it's okay. All right. This is what he truly feels about you. And you know what? They're right, because we called you out exactly for doing this shit. You called Fresh and Fit out when they were on their debaucherous bullshit. Okay. And that was rightfully so. You were on the right side of history at that time. Okay. You were standing up for what you felt were right. You even said in that video that the girls you knew personally would never date a guy like Myron. You said that, Pearl. You didn't think they would be watching? Not only that, you did all of that after they invited you onto their show. Now, if you get any kind of inclination to how they feel about Abba and Preach, even though Abba and Preach and Fresh and Fit were never friends, but you see how Myron just despises them because he feels as though because he invited them to their show, they owe Fresh and Fit some kind of loyalty, okay? The same thing goes to you, Pearly. So then when all that shit backfired in your face because you decided to bring on Nick Fuentes and then make an ass out of yourself, okay? All of a sudden, the people who are criticizing you, they then turn to haters, and then you tried to run back to Fresh and Fit. Now, what I thought was odd during that time, chat, was Myron almost kind of sided with Pearl, and we almost thought that they kind of reconciled a little bit, right? Because we thought that. I'm like, okay, is Myron and them cool? Because I didn't think the betrayal that Pearl perpetuated was something that Myron would easily forget. You understand, right? So why isn't Myron calling, Pearl out? Then I figured it out. Because Pearl, she was sneaky. She turned the whole criticism of her being racist, okay, and turned it into an Abba and Preach hatred. And the reason why she turned it into an Abba and Preach hatred was to join forces with Fresh and Fit. And think about it. The enemy of my enemy, therefore, is my friend. And that's the game they were playing at that time. And that's why I couldn't understand why Myron didn't really say what he's saying now against Pearl when she was sucking up to them. So, Pearl, I hope you notice. They think you fake as fuck. I mean, now they just telling everybody you fake as fuck.
Okay. I have a serious, as you guys know, loyalty is extremely important to me. If you talk shit about me, I will not forget.
We know.
And she made a hit piece on us. Y'all might not know about this, and I'm not saying this to attack or whatever, but facts are facts. She made a hit piece on us back when all this shit was going on in August of 2021. At the worst time, she kicked us when we were down.
Yeah.
That's why we don't work with her. There's your answer.
I agree with. Listen, I don't like Myron, okay, and it's not like I don't like him as a person or anything like that. I'm sure he's good as a person. I just don't like his ideas, and I think he's just faking. Okay, I think all of this shit right here, it's faking. Now Fresh, he's a real dummy, so we can't fault him. But Myron, I think a lot of this shit is just fake, and it's fine. Whatever, if idiots buy it, it is what it is, right? But again, he's right. Pearl, did you think you were going to get away with this? Did you think that you and the red pill, after you join forces with Fresh and Fit or join back up with them, that you guys were going to lock arms and, skip down the sunset? Right? What are you talking about? Listen, Pearl, this guy he has like an elephant memory, okay? He's never going to forget. The moment you joined up and decided to clout chase off of them when they were down, it's over with. And you know what else? You know what else is crazy? Look how she's treating Adam 22, right? Oh, we didn't talk about that beef. We might actually cover that beef because I felt that was very interesting. Adam 22 absolutely hates Pearl's guts, all right? Because the moment the whole thing with Lena came out, all right, Pearl was the first one to jump down and started kicking him when she was down, right? Or at least when we all thought Adam was down. I think secretly he wanted that shit. I think secretly he just wanted his wife to go through all that for clout. That's why I didn't really cover that whole saga. I was like, okay, this is clearly Adam being weird, and that's their sex lives. I don't give a fuck, right? But it ties back into this because Pearl, you shitted on Adam when he was down, and now Adam is going back and forth on Twitter. They're going back and forth with each other, which is absolutely hilarious. But this is what Pearl does. If she senses weakness, okay, she will try to hop on to get clout over you at your expense. Okay, so it's not that it's not that this is the first time she doesn't. This is who she is as a person. So those of you guys who are allied with this woman, just understand how fake she is. The moment you're at your weakest, she's gonna stump you right in the gut.
Now, as far as whatever goes, the reason why we don't work with them is because I'm not going to align myself with someone that isn't a part of the red pill space for real. I'm going to just call it $1 million.
It's money.
He's here for money, bro.
Yeah.
Let's just call it all the way 1,000. He's here to make a buck. A part of the reason why we don't work with them is because I'm not going to align myself with someone that isn't a part of the red pill space for real. I'm going to just call it $1 million.
It's money.
He's here for money, bro.
Yeah.
Let's just call it all the way 1,000.
He's talking about Brian right now, which I think it's hilarious that he's doing it. He's saying that they're all in it for the money.
He's here to make a buck, which is fine. I'm never going to knock someone for being a capitalist, but he's not really in this space to help men from what I can see. If you're out here selling pocket pussies and, having, long ass podcasts, draw out clips, etc., I understand the business strategy, but we don't align with that. Because
What? You did chat. Does that make any sense to you? Dude, what the fuck is the unmitigated gall this guy has to say, yeah, you guys do this drawn out podcast where you guys just have these conversations. I mean, it's beyond me, but I mean, I understand hustle. Yeah, because it's your hustle. Of course. Oh my God. Dude, I can't believe this nigga just said this. I can't, hold on. I gotta run that shit back, bro. He did not just say this.
See,
what?
If you're out here selling pocket pussies and
you sell dating courses. You still sell dating courses. And that's based on a bullshit story this loser told about a fake threesome he got at a NBA dude's party. Like, that's all the authority you guys need to sell your little freaking $500 in DMs on demand course to teach guys game. Meanwhile, this guy probably, oh my God, don't even get me started. He slept with 1,000 women. Really? Do we honestly believe this guy slept with 1,000 women? Get the fuck out of here. I don't want to hear that shit. He's clearly lying. So you guys sell the equivalent of pocket pussies to dudes. So now Brian and whatever are just doing it for the hustle. Okay.
Having, long ass podcasts, draw out clips, etc. I understand the business strategy, but we don't align with that because you guys have asked us a million times. So I want to address this once and for all. Pearl, y'all know why. Whatever, we don't align in our belief system. That's not to knock him or who he is or how he runs his business. Best, by the way. We actually wish him the best.
There you go.
But he doesn't have the same values as us. And I personally think he's in it for the money, and that's not why we're in it. We're in it for completely different reasons.
Cap, stop the fucking cap. Oh my God, bro. Listen, if you were in it for completely different reasons, all right, you wouldn't be saying what you're saying right now, all right? You'd be like, all right, yeah, they're doing what they're doing, and we're doing what they're doing, I wish them the best. It is what it is, right? The reason why you're saying this is because they are sucking off that incel pool, the same incel pool that you guys are sucking on, right? And with them in the picture, the prize pot is a lot less for you. So you're seeing your money go down, especially with the advent of YouTube kicking y'all off. Now they get the biggest slice of the YouTube pie. Okay, you're seeing that happen, and you absolutely hate it because you're no longer a part of that process. So to you, they're just in it for the money, which I think it's cap. Because that's exactly what you guys are in it for. And I think that's the only reason why you guys are fighting. That's crazy. That's honestly crazy. That's like me going to LTTV and saying, oh yeah, LTTV, I know we sometimes cover similar content, but you're in it for the money. Huh? What? Like, why would you say that? Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. If you're in it to help people, you would say, you know what? Yeah, I want my brother doing this with me. Matter of fact, I will go as far as to support my brother. All right, I'll super chat when I can. Hell, I'll even be a member on their show. Right? It is what it is because I'm showing that support. I want there to be more of this channel because I think y'all niggas need to get exposed to the highest order. Okay, so I'm doing my best. Anybody else that's coming out doing similar content, I'm gonna promote them because they need to expose the fuckery that y'all are up to. Okay, but you guys aren't about that brotherhood. All right, y'all are not about helping people because realistically, on our side, we want as much people spreading that message because we want as many people out there to hear it. That's helping people. We want, it doesn't matter who's in the space or who's doing the content. All right, we want that to spread. You don't. You're thinking about the money. So you're worried about other people coming in instead of just saying, okay, they're coming in, they're doing the exact same thing we're doing, and they're also helping men. Let's get them out there. I mean, even though their heart's not in it, all right, they're still copying the same formula and they're going for it. So it is what it is, right? Instead of you saying that, now you're getting greedy. Now you're getting crabs in a buckety. Okay. That's your freaking problem. All right. And these guys, if they don't realize that they're wearing their intentions directly on their sleeves, thinking we're stupid.
There you go.
There's your answer. What do you got to say to that?
I appreciate you being forthcoming with it, man. Anytime that it was mentioned, I
he
knew
was
that,
dying to say that.
you didn't want to go into their names, and I was being respectful of that. And the fact that you allowed me to mention their names, I appreciate, you giving a straightforward answer with that. So if it's cool, I'd like to go on to the next criticism.
Yeah, sure, man. But yeah, again,
right,
here's
man.
the thing. A lot of y'all asked that question, so I figured, bro, we might as well just address this because a lot of y'all don't know why, and people look at us.
I'm sure a lot of people were asking you. Either a lot of people were asking, or that their success when you guys failed on YouTube was pressing in your mind so much so that you were waiting for somebody to bring this up just to pounce on it?
It's like, oh, Fresh and Fit thinks they're too high and mighty, or they're assholes, or blah blah blah. Guys, trust me, there's very valid reasons why we might not necessarily collab with someone. It's not like us, and you guys have seen us bring guys on that we worked with before, right? Donovan Sharp, Minister Jap, Rolo Tomasi, John from Modern Life Dating, Troy Francis, etc. Like, we bring them on. We have no problem, Lucario. We have no problem working with people that we worked with before and bringing them up with us. It's not about the clout and the money with us. With us.
I remember we were super small, trying to get guests for the show. They don't want to work with us at all. Now that we're big, you want to double back now? So to me, it's kind of like, hey, we're just keeping it 100.
Yeah,
from day one.
I'm not saying that I don't know if whatever had reached out to us before that. Oh, they did?
Yeah. You forgot he was a prank channel first.
No, I know that, but
he knows all about prank channels, Mr. Gold Digger.
No, he had reached out before. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, he was just trying to, I guess, change gears and change avenue of content. I want to use us as that, segue.
Okay.
But nah.
Yeah. So my point is, I'm trying.
Nah, that's cap. He definitely knew. Come on, bro. You knew they reached out. Stop lying.
I'm trying to say is this: we don't have an issue with.
Like, listen, if Mo so much has fart in that studio, Myron knows about it. It's cap for him to say, "Oh well, I didn't know whatever reached out to us." Oh my God, they reached out to us. Well, I guess we didn't know. We didn't know you reached out to us. I still hate you. Listen, even if you didn't even collab with them when they reached out to you, they were just starting out into the red pill, right? They reached out to you. You guys ignored them. And now they're more successful than you, and you out here just talking about, I'll never work with them. Nigga, they didn't even need your help. They rebranded the channel, and now they're beating you in views. So what are we talking about here? This sounds like hater talk. This honestly sounds like hater talk, because y'all are saying, oh, we tried to reach out to people when we're on our way up, all right, and no one wanted to talk to us, so now fuck y'all. But they reached out to you when they were trying to get into the business. Y'all ignored them, and now they're better than you. It seems like projection to me, chat. I don't know what I'm hearing here.
But growing with other people or helping other people at all. And y'all guys have seen it where we bring guys on, right? That don't necessarily, I'll keep it 1,000. It might not benefit us to bring us on, but we started with them, we end with them.
Yeah, from the beginning.
The argument don't even make any sense. They didn't, because you guys clout chase the new people all the time, so it doesn't even make sense from even their standpoint. All right, because Pearl, I understand, but Pearl, it was always in the weak position to begin with, so it doesn't even matter. But the thing is, whatever podcast, they were in the weak position when they reached out to you. You ignored them. You didn't help them when they were weak. And then now they're stronger than you, and now you're still making the equivalent of, well, yeah, none of these guys who are trying to reach out to us were trying to fuck with us when we're small, but that's exactly what you just did. You're exactly guilty of that. I don't understand. M-Dot with the $5 super channel. Let's get a W for M-Dot in the chat. M-Dot says, if F&F weren't in it for the money, why do they still bring OnlyFans models on the show? Facts. Again, pure projection. Okay, he's sitting there talking about, yeah, your values, you guys having these long podcasts and they're all drawn out, and you guys, I can't do that. I have a better value system. Okay, we're not in it for the money. Trust me. No, they're in it for the money. They're just pissed because whatever podcasts are taking a bigger piece of the pie. There's like an example I brought up earlier, right? Who'd be another one that'd be the opposite, more like Fresh and Fit? Zesty TV, Mike TV. Y'all remember him, right? He was the same one when he was coming up. We had no problem. Like, yo, come on. And even some people in the chat were telling me, Duke, don't do this. This guy's crazy. All right, this guy he's a usurper. He will try to come at you or turn it back on you. Y'all were telling me I ignored it. The reason why I ignored it because it goes back to my first principle. Anybody that exposes you red pillars, all right, I want them to grow. It's not even about me at this point. It's about making sure that we don't have a bunch of young men who are becoming dummies when they get older, all right? So I supported that guy even to my detriment, okay, because he ended up doing what everybody told me he was going to do. He ended up turning his back and trying to fuck with my channel, which didn't end up working because now where is he at? Gone. All right. So again, that's the same thing. He was more focused on I want to be the big guy now. I want to have the most clout. I want to have the most market share. I want to this and that. He wanted to come in and dominate. And it's like, bro, no one cares about that. All right. It's not even about taking over. Taking over what? We just exposing dudes over here. Like, relax. Come on, relax. It's not like any of that shit is going anywhere. These people are always going to be here. All right. There's more than enough frauds out here for y'all to expose. Like, why y'all doing this? Okay. And then compare that to LTTV. Completely different, night and day. Somebody else would be, someone like LTTV support you, help you be successful because he's about the mission. Someone like Zesty TV doesn't want that. He's more like Myron right now. He wants to take over and he's mad he can't do it because they shipped him off to a different platform or they flat out kill this platform. It is what it is. But that's how that shit works. All right. These guys are absolutely in it for the money. They just don't, they're just trying to trick their idiots to, side with the other, right? It's crazy.
Keep it 1,000 with y'all. We'll probably get more benefit from collabing with a Pearl or whatever than bringing some of the guys on the show.
Yeah.
We don't give a fuck about money. Loyalty is everything. Integrity is everything. I don't have to benefit from a collab for me to do it if it's with people that I rock with. I'd rather do it with someone that I rock with where I might not get benefit and they get benefit versus doing it with someone where I get benefit, but I don't align with that individual.
For example, people hate Marquette. We brought him on. He showed his brilliance, his intelligence, his, I want to say, wealth of knowledge. Niggas love him. It's like,
you guys are fucking retarded. I'm sorry, Mr. I can't explain what an NFT is. You start do a wealth of knowledge. A wealth of knowledge. He can't even teach us how to make it from a command line. What are we talking about? A wealth of knowledge? Are you freaking dumb? Yeah, I could tell, Fresh. It is what it is. Listen, if you guys were in it for your audience, you would expose Lord Marquardt for this fraud that he is. Matter of fact, hey, we got that reaction videos coming. I figured out who was blocking the stuff, and we're about to get into it in a second. It's not who you think it is. I thought it was their channel. They're not the ones who are filing that claim. It's someone beyond them that is doing that, and we're working on that right now because I think that's weird that they're doing that. They're not even on this platform. Like, what y'all doing? So yeah, stop messing with my shit. But we got that Sus the Sinner video coming out. Don't worry about it. For you to sit there with a straight face, Fresh, okay, and tell your audience looking like that they were in good hands. Listen to a Lord Marquardt who has the wealth of knowledge. What? He sat there and lied about his beef with MLD. What? He sat there and lied about his beef with DJ Academics, which he started, by the way. DJ Academics, who I thought was your boy, who helped you guys get into the rap game. Y'all just let Sus the Sinner come up here and then talk all that shit. Do you think Mr. Academic is going to be happy about that? You saw how he treated Flacco when Flacco thought he could talk shit and then jump on Adam 22's podcast. Listen, DJ Academics couldn't let that go. My boy almost had a heart attack complaining about that shit. He was trying to call Adam 22. Like, hey, you better fire this nigga. Listen, DJ Academics has an ego smaller than Myron's. Okay, you got to understand what they did by getting Sus and Marquardt on there, his op, and then just laughing and playing with him. You got this idiot talking about, wealth of knowledge and brilliant. You think he's gonna be happy about that? All right, you think DJ Academics? We got a video of DJ Academics coming up too. I've been so busy, bro. We gonna get it. But still, listen, no, that's not how it works. Okay, if you really cared about your fans, you would have exposed this dude like everybody else did, right? And realistically, I'm holding everybody in the manosphere that didn't know that Sus Marquardt lied about his companies. All right, and y'all just let him act like he was God amongst men to your audience. Shame on y'all. Like all y'all need to get criticized for it because now he thinks he's God. Like which we shut down, but still, come on, man.
Like on some level, loyalty does pay off. So I mean,
and Marquette again, y'all can say what y'all want to say about him, but the man has integrity. He was
Look
with
at
us.
These idiots
people talking shit.
Yep.
Right. He came and did a collab with us when he didn't have to, and then on top of that, y'all might say, "Oh, he talks shit about Fresh Fit, blah blah blah." Nigga, that's clickbait. Y'all don't see his titles, he's clickbait, man. And we don't have an issue with that. And
wait, so Brian from whatever podcast didn't copy you, reached out, y'all didn't want to work with him. Fine, more successful than you. Fine, all right, but didn't talk shit about you at all. Fine, Saint the Sinner did mock videos dissing you, copied your flow, tried to become successful with it, didn't work out for him, started beefs with people that you're around, okay, that you collab with, all right, and you're saying that sometimes like even trying to rationalize this just breaks my mind. Okay, why aren't you calling Sus Marquardt out for copying your flow like you're doing whatever podcast in Pearl? Because Pearl definitely did it, but she decided to go to the UK to get that done. Why aren't you calling them out? Again, this he doesn't realize they're being hypocritical here because their audience is sitting there listening to y'all and saying, okay, yeah, Myron, you're trying to make us feel dumb about Saint the Sinner. We know how dumb this dude is. Like, that's why we're questioning you on your judgment on bringing this guy on. We don't give a fuck about the loyalty or whatnot, but you're saying that you respect us as the audience. Do you think we're stupid? Yes, Myron does think you're stupid. I want you guys to know that. But I guess you guys aren't that stupid because you recognize even a buffoon like Sus Marquardt is an idiot and probably someone that shouldn't be platformed on anywhere because he's lying. But look how this guy is conveniently just saying, oh, well, I mean, he was there with us till day one, since day one. I mean, he copied us. He did a video mocking us. It was clickbait, right? But he's our buddy. Don't worry, guys. We are here for you. We have all of your incels' best interests at heart. How many of y'all actually believe that? How many of y'all actually believe the trash coming out of his mouth?
The other thing, too, and I don't want to pull the curtain too much on this, but he always hits me up on the side. So the man is a man of honor. The man is a man of integrity.
Man of honor, he says.
Outwardly, but trust me, he's a man of integrity. Unlike some other individuals.
And also,
this guy is a man of integrity. His company's a lie. He shouldn't be wearing that shirt. All right, it's a goddamn lie. You want to talk about integrity? He's wearing his lies right here. The fuck are we? Oh my God, bro! I can't do this. These people are just, oh God.
Off camera, he will fuck you up.
Yeah.
So don't play around, bro.
There's a reason why O'Shea don't make videos on him.
Don't play with that nigga, bro.
Yeah.
Stop
So
playing
now you coming out, O'Shea. All right. First of all, y'all don't even understand the beef between Sus Marquardt and O'Shea. Sus Marquardt just went after O'Shea because he wanted clout. He was clout chasing. And when he went after O'Shea, he went after the wrong person. He went after O'Shea's dad. It got so bad that O'Shea's dad had to come out and say, yo, that record that Saint the Sinner's pulling up, that was on me. That's not my son, O'Shea. I don't know what this guy's doing. Because O'Shea, after his name, there's the second on there. So meaning that if there was a second, there was a first, meaning his father, right? So I don't get how that was a own, all right? See, what people don't understand is Saint the Sinner does a notorious bad job when it comes to dissing people or even exposing people, right? And somehow he managed to convince the rest of the manosphere that he has some impressive team that can pull up fouls on people whatsoever. He gets it wrong. He got it wrong on me. He got it wrong on O'Shea. He got it wrong on Kevin Samuels. He got it wrong on anybody he dissed. He tried to compare. He said I had an alternate channel called All Dating Reviews dedicated towards dissing him. It's like, bruh, hold up. Don't settle yourself too short. I don't even have time to work on my second channel most of the time, okay? I don't have time to create a channel just to talk about you. You know how exhausting that would be? Nah, I'll just do it here, and I'll wait till you fuck up, and I'll just do another video, right? That's the thing. That's how loose his research is. So when he did his research on O'Shea Duke Jackson, it was all lies. But everybody in the manosphere, including these two idiots, ran with it. Now they're saying, oh, don't mess with Saint the Sinner. Saint the Sinner will diss you and he will cook you. What, with lies? That's why he takes down most of his videos, because he doesn't want to get sued. He doesn't want to get sued. He knows he's been lying through and through, and you idiots buy it. Which is like, again, part of me like wishes y'all can wake up. But then when I see this shit, I'm just like, nah. Ignorance is much better. I like watching this. This is fun for me, right? I like watching this because the fact that y'all are just so steadfast in your own ignorance to the point where you're gonna start bashing people that are trying to help you. I wash my hands. It's just more interesting to watch. Come on, bro.
That nigga, man.
O'Shea literally run like a fucking dog between his legs, man. So that the dude is the real deal. He's actually out here doing shit. He's a man of integrity. He's a man of honor. So we rock with him. Don't trust me. When he puts videos out that you guys might think it's us, trust me, it's clickbait. And he always hits us up on the side. So he's a real nigga, man. I fuck with Marquardt. Heavy. Every time we're in Vegas, he rolls out the red carpet. He helps us out.
Yep.
He takes care of us. Bro, like, again, relationships, integrity, honor, that's what I value. I don't give a fuck about money. I just bought my 16th house. Okay?
How'd you do it? Definitely not the money you were making at Homeland Security. I know they ain't pay you that much. So how'd you do it? How did you buy your 16th house? Oh, could it be the fact that you started this podcast grift, all right, and ran with it and made millions? Y'all made over $1.6 million total since the inception of this podcast. I'm sorry, but if you split that in half, all right, and you give people out there, you would say, hey, let me give you $600,000. I'm sure if you give the an average person who's got some decent brains on them $600,000, they'd know how to invest it to get properties on properties on properties, right? So it is what it is. What I hate the fact that these guys don't acknowledge is that they got this money because of their audience, and look how much they disrespect them, right? I would never ever consider disrespecting my audience. That's crazy to me, right? Like, why would I sit there and just start making up bullshit that y'all are making up? Just, like, again, that's how much. Because listen, someone like me who's normal, right? I like to say I'm normal. I like to think I'm normal, but genuinely, I have certain respect for people, right? Where I think that, people have certain levels of, being able to analyze things and rationalize things. Not everyone, but certain people, right? So I think I kind of put it like that. But it's just, oh my goodness, chat. What I don't understand is these guys. How do I want to put this without coming off like, okay, when you see this kind of hypocrisy on display, right? And they keep feeding you this crap of, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you. No, everyone else is fake. And I value loyalty. I value integrity. But then when you look at how they operate, including the guy that they're naming right now, this is the frustrating part. He doesn't have integrity. He doesn't have any loyalty whatsoever. He dissed their best friend, MLD, Mr. Endear. Like, this is crazy to me, right? They're sitting there talking about loyalty. Where's your loyalty to your best friend, MLD? MLD never did diss videos on you guys, right? MLD never did any of that shit to you, but yet he decided to talk shit on MLD. What about DJ Academics? If y'all were so goddamn loyal, as you say you are, as you're pretending to be, if you were so goddamn loyal, why would you sit there and let this man even converse on the beef on your platform that he has with DJ Academics when he was calling him you even allowed him to call him fat ademics, making fun of his weight. But DJ Academics, your boy. He brought you guys to the next level. Where's the loyalty, Myron? So again, this is what I'm trying to get at. I hope I was able to explain the two sides here so these incels can get it, because I know you guys are watching. I see you spam in the chat, all right? I just want you to understand what I'm trying to get at. If he cared so much about loyalty, why would he invite a person that has dissed two of their best friends? And you incels, I want to ask you this question. Ask Myron on your next call-in show, where is the loyalty in that? Where is the loyalty to Academics doing that? I hope that got through your brain. I don't know how else I can explain it.
It's about relationships with individuals that I respect. We could probably make a bag or make a bunch of, grow our channel significantly by collabing with some of these creators that you guys mentioned. But that's not what we care about.
And sponsors too. By the way, you guys don't see what happens off camera, but that does say a lot about who comes on the show as well. So there you go.
Yeah, sorry. So your second question, right? Go ahead, bro.
We should do one per caller because we got a bunch of callers here that we didn't get to yet.
All right, hit us with that second criticism, please. Just make it fast. But I want to make sure we give a thorough explanation there.
So yep.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so the second criticism, man, I understand that Fresh's value is not necessarily seen.
Here we go.
Network. He goes and talks.
You see how you look up? Yo, hold on. Yo, they had to come in fresh. I'm loving this. Yo, I hope they keep doing these call-in shows. This is actually nice. Y'all, hey, listen, y'all will see more Fresh and Fit episodes if they keep doing this. I actually like this because this is good. The look on Fresh face says it all. The second one's for you, Fresh. We're talking about values here, my boy. What do you bring to the table? Let's find out.
To people, he actually have mentioned several times that he has more game with you when it comes to the females and stuff like that. But you guys have pivoted more towards the self-development, and Fresh ain't really talking about game no more. So I don't really understand, why don't you have Chris on the panel? Chris, that nigga's hilarious. That nigga's funny. But you'll let niggas like Zerka, you know what I'm saying, annoy the fuck out of folks. Now, Zerka's funny as well, but I'm saying you should at least give Chris one day out the week, you know what I'm saying?
Start getting ready to push this dude out. AKA Chris is funnier than Fresh. aka Chris offers more value than Fresh. Get him on the show more. Yo, Myron, this is what your people want to see, okay? I am Victoria. Shout out to you for the $5 super chat. Aaron Victoria says, to continue with this previous super chat, why do they have their subscribers pay for Rumble then? Make it make sense. Facts, because it's about the money. And again, this is how they get rich, all right? When Myron brags about his 16 houses, I hate it because they talk about, they make it seem as though that they did it out of like their business entrepreneurship mind and ethics, right? It's not the case. They came out here sucking dick on YouTube until enough incels was satisfied and then paid them afterwards. That's essentially what happened. I'm sorry to be graphic about it, but again, this is what's happening. And everybody saw it. Everybody else saw it. They saw how much money these incels were willing to pay. So they all started sucking incel dick, and now they're getting paid. That's just what it is. Y'all are cheap hoes that prostitute yourselves online to brag about dissing women all fucking day. That's it. That's it. You brag about, treating women this and that, and then your boys pay you for it, all right? That's it. All right, so just acknowledge that they got you rich. Acknowledge that. They were the ones that made you successful. I'm sorry, bro, but your little job at Homeland Security doing nothing at a desk job ain't going to help you get 16 houses within 2 years. So why don't you respect your audience and be honest with them? And by being honest with them, Saint the Sinner needs to be criticized if you're here actually looking out for the people who you work with, all right, that you fuck with, and your fans. Because that guy has dissed people you work with, all right? And he's also tried to steal your fans by copying your show. And I don't get why they don't do this. They don't understand this, right? Tenuan Chung, shout out to you for the $5 which says, sup, Duke? FNF was heavily influenced by Mr. Lucario, Steve the Dean, Miles, Minister Jab. There are the 6 collabs with Donovan Sharp in 2019 to prove it. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Steve Dean was actually on the show. Shout out to Steve Dean, by the way. He was actually on the show and he broke all that down. I still got that episode. Y'all check it out. It was a long time ago. Guys, at this point, we're like veterans at this. We've been exposed to this guys for a while. I know it's been like, almost 2 years, but that seems like a lot on the internet, right? A lot. It seems like a lot on the internet, right? So it's just, I don't know. We exposed them. Like a lot of this stuff is, I know it seems fresh now, but we've been exposing them for a long time, right? So that's why if you guys see my energy about this, it's just because a lot of the stuff that I said way before, it's now coming true. Like y'all don't understand. My day ones do. I know we got a lot of new people since we started, okay? But my day ones know. Like we've done this. We've cut this a long time ago where I've been saying this is gonna happen, that's gonna happen, and these guys are gonna do this. All right. And then when it does happen, I'm like, yo, what did I say? Right. So that's that. So for those you guys, that explains the energy where I'm just like ramped up because like all this shit is just like I called it. That's what's happening. So we've been going at these guys for a long time. Okay, it's so long. Even their haters stop bugging us. Every once in a while, you get one of them creeping in here trying to do something. But at the end of the day, I'm starting to feel like we convert a lot of them because some of them they just stick around and they become friends, and I appreciate that. Right, just as long as you wake up, that's changing one mindset at a time. That's it. That's all we're here for. Glacier, shout out to you for the $2 super chat. Glacier says O'Shea shout out you all in his latest Donovan video. Shout out to O'Shea. Yeah, I'm cool with O'Shea. I have a lot of respect for him. All right. So it's one of those things where, matter of fact, I would tell you, listen, I'll tell you this, Merc. O'Shea was one of the main reasons that Sus Marquardt got it as hard as he did. Pause. I figured that I just said it, right? But dude, how you gonna expose somebody with false information that's not true? And then you did it because he was trying to defend Kevin Samuels because you were exposing Kevin Samuels with false information that wasn't true. So when I saw that with Saint the Sinner, I'm like, oh, this guy's got no morals. So let's drop a video on him. All right. And we had a bunch of questions that later became really big questions, right? And now look where he's at. He's got to forever run from these because anytime he tries to log on the internet and pretend he's somebody that he ain't, all right, people are gonna pull up them videos and say, hey, what's Fletch app? What happened to Fletch app over here? What's going on? Okay, listen, the info's out there. We got way more. I'm just waiting on you to slip up. But shout out to you. Chris Kozar, shout out to you for the $5 super chat. It says, Sus Marquardt tries to start beefs with everybody. He tried it starting beef with AMS in 2020, but AMS ignored him. Facts. There's a lot more people try starting beefs with, which I find crazy because these guys also fuck with AMS, but they want to sit there and lecture you about loyalty. They want to sit there and lecture you about, how they value loyalty and people who are down for them, but they're platforming other people that diss their friends. So I'm sorry, bro, but if I was one of your homies and you platform somebody that diss me and my ego is out of whack, I'd have a problem with you. I'm sure DJ Academics has a problem with him. right? He's just not voicing that. He's probably not going to let them know, all right, because, they're little youngins. They don't know, right? He's probably going to chalk it up as whatever. But I'm sure they probably had some kind of conversation because ain't no way Fatademics is going to let that slide. DJ Academics is going to let that slide. There's no way. Dev, shout out to you for the $5 super chat. Dev says, why does that studio look like the inside of a storage unit? I've been saying that, bro. See, chat, when they were at their old studio, and I used to pause the video because their table used to fuck me up. And like what I mean by that is when I look at the table, it looks small, but in the old apartment they had, the table looked big, right? But now, since apparently they got a bigger flat, they're probably on the ground floor of somewhere, right? They got a bigger flat. Now you can see the size of the table for what it is. Chat, they've had an upwards of 12 OnlyFans girls squished around this tiny ass table. You just imagine in that hot ass apartment how bad it smelled in that table. Like you got people alcohol breath, and someone probably got some BO on them. They just squished in right next to you. Look how small that is. I knew something was wrong with that table, right? I knew something was wrong with that, but at least they upgraded to a better suite. So they got more room to move around and do all this nonsense and things like that. And apparently it's gotten to Myron's head because ever since they moved here, Myron's just letting it loose, letting it loose on everybody, on all the ops.
Which places were fresh?
We had before.
Chris has a lot. He be talking more than Fresh.
Yeah, but y'all be putting that nigga up, and the way that you shut him up, man, you be acting like you want to fire this nigga sometimes because he be pissing you off, man. I'm like, man, come on, man.
Bro, he be ad-libbing a lot sometimes.
Let that nigga cook, man.
Nobody's firing Chris, bro.
Yeah, Chris ain't going nowhere, bro. Yeah, Chris ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
All right, that's good, man. And the last thing, and then I'm gonna let y'all go, man. I'm still trying to put my thumb in Nike's ass.
Wait, real quick. You brought up me being on the show. What's the real issue?
Yeah, I see. First, like, whoa, time out, hold up. When you were talking about bringing Chris on, you brought me up. So why'd you bring me up and then talked about Chris? What? Explain that.
Said what?
You brought up me being on the show. What's the real issue?
You're not funny.
There's no issue with you being on the show because, like I said, you add value in a lot of ways. The only thing that kind of sucks, I guess I understand why you guys do it. You don't really talk about game as much. So you're kind of quiet when it comes to the PUA kind of stuff. And I understand that you guys are pivoting more towards self-development, but seeing as how you guys have left that alone, you're a bit more quiet. Mind you, I did see the dating app thing that you did recently, but in terms of like the overall content that you've been pushing for the past 6-7 months hasn't really been leaning more towards game. It's just more towards like awareness when it comes to the after hour shit. It isn't really much like how-tos. And with you being the better guy, the guy who has more game, you're not really teaching that. And as a matter of fact,
it's a shame, isn't it? As a matter of fact, it's a shame, isn't it? The nigga who's selling you $500 to teach you game hasn't once uttered anything remotely teaching you how to get game on his platform. It's almost like they're the ones who is doing this for money. I'm sorry, it kind of seems like that, right? Because the guy who's supposed to be teaching you about picking up women doesn't actually teach you about picking up women, right? And you would think, because he's claimed to sleep with over 1,000 women. All right, that's not me saying it. He said it himself. He said he slept with over 1,000 girls. Okay, that's his leg count. So the fact that none of that advice comes from his show, and you're not hearing that. That's very interesting, right? Because listen, Myron doesn't claim to be a player, all right? Even Myron says Fresh got more bodies than he does, right? So Myron spits facts at the girls, which, I mean, by facts, we mean bro science, because none of that shit's actually backed by actual research. It's bro science research, so that's the difference, okay? The biggest difference is when you have peer-reviewed and pre-critiqued and studied research that's been conducted. On the other side, you have Roll Tomasi and his Twitter. All right, that's not the same thing. Okay, just because Roll Tomasi says you should get a vasectomy at 20 does not mean you should get a vasectomy. Okay, just putting that out there. But you don't actually teach game, Fresh. So if Myron's working on spitting facts, bro science to the girls, and you're supposed to be the player, where's the game? We're trying to find the game. That's why they're buying your courses, right? They want game, and you don't deliver, player.
To take it a step further, man, when I watch the 8-hour streams and shit like that, and you're coming in, you know, in the morning after these niggas are chasing each other around with nooses and shit, Myron's criticizing you for fucking all the hoes that you be fucking, man. So it's like, you know, I understand that you guys are pivoting away from that. So if y'all aren't going to talk about game as much and you're going to just sit there and kind of be quiet and do the ebb and flow, I'm just saying switch with Chris every now and then and let Chris talk his shit.
AKA, since you're not saying nothing and you've reached your limit, get the fuck out and put somebody else in who could pick up the baton. That's all they're saying. And you notice this isn't the first time they're getting this criticism. It's almost as soon as they started doing more of these caller shows, people started to realize this man has no value. Just like all of a sudden people realize, hey, you know what? This guy doesn't actually do anything. And you're going to start seeing more and more of that. Like more and more their own audience calling this bozo out because they're pivoting, they're trying to figure out, okay, what do you actually do here, bro? And if you're not doing anything, if you're mostly quiet, okay, just let Chris go in. Because Chris, out of the both of y'all, Chris look like he'll pull more. And by Chris, I mean discount Terrence Howard. All right, discount Terrence Howard can pull more girls than you, and he's funny. So just put him in there so at least the incels you guys are claiming to help can visualize what game looks like when you're interacting with women. They're not seeing it with you, Fresh. And you know what's crazy, bro? You're supposed to be the guy to talk about females, right? Because you are the expert at it. You got more body count than your partner, okay? Why are you the second mic? I just gotta ask that question. If you are the game guy, right? You're supposed to be teaching these guys games. The courses your platform sells is predicated on the game you teach. Why is it that you have the second mic? You should be the one over talking Myron. You should be the one correcting Myron. When Myron's too harsh, you should bring the smoothie, right? That's how it is. Good cop, bad cop. Instead, we got Myron talking. Girl talks back, Frank Castle, if he doesn't like it. And then you just come in and say, well, guys, we're just helping men be better. We're helping guys get motivated, get in the gym, become high-value men. You're not adding shit, Fresh. And I think we're starting to reach that limit of Fresh here, okay? I think people are starting to realize this guy's talentless. He has no talent. And the more videos we cover of these people, I think the more people are going to start realizing that this guy's probably not going to be here much longer. I'm calling it now. I know it may not happen next year. It may not happen in 2 years, 3 years. But at some point in time, this guy's not going to be around much longer.
So we did a show about dating apps recently. We did a show today, some game.
That I mentioned.
And my foundation is in-game, 100%. I do have a lot of gems here and there because I'm actually in the dating market doing it every single day. But again, most of the show regarding other topics, I'm not well versed in. However, I listen to people and I want to hear their opinion. Now, for one, like I said before, Myron is the A mic. I'm the B mic.
Why? Why are you the B mic? You got more game than Myron on paper. I mean, again, chat, that's on paper. Why do you have the B mic? You should have the A mic. He should have the B mic, right? You come at it with the game. Teach the guys, teach the fellas how it goes down, and then Myron hits them with the red pill facts. You know, yin and yang, right? But Myron does all the work, and you sit here quiet. And yep. That's it. You just either co-sign what he says, or you're quiet. So people are starting to realize you're not doing anything. So again, Mr. B Mike, if you're the one with most experience in the women department, why does this idiot over here have the A mic? He shouldn't be having an A mic. He's too tense. He doesn't actually understand women. You can tell, okay? He doesn't know anything about women. We know that. So why does he have the A mic? You should have the A mic. All right? If anything, you're more friendlier than, this guy is. So the show could probably actually work better if you had some balls and took the lead or some initiative and decided to spit some of the experience in all your 1,000 count, lay count, whatever it is you've had throughout your lifetime so far, right? But we don't hear any of that. We just hear you co-signing the A mic, and I find that interesting that how it's just a convenient excuse for you. Well, I don't have the A mic. I don't have the A mic. He's got the A mic, so I can't really do shit. That's so convenient, isn't it, Fresh? To me, I'm starting to think, hold up, chat. I'm starting to think you actually don't have any talent. And that's what I'm starting to think. I think you're just using that as an excuse, right? And it's just like, oh, thank God he's got the aim mic. I ain't got to say shit. I'm just coming here. Easy paycheck, y'all. we running with it. That's what I'm starting to realize. Because ain't no way. Ain't no way. You can't keep using that as an excuse, especially when people start playing your old videos back and realizing, hey, ain't you supposed to be the player in this situation?
If we both talked the same amount of time, the guest would not be heard. So it's kind of like, I don't remember talking because, once again, he's more articulate. And two, for the guests as well, they need to speak as well. So I think on some level, I understand my role. And that in itself means that I have to be quiet for a portion of the time. So
I hate that shit, chat. Honestly, I hate that shit because I'm not as articulate, right? Though I can get some words off and things like that. Listen, I'm Nigerian, so I have an accent. Even though, like, most people can't hear it. When I say certain words, it sounds weird, right? And people can spot that. So, again, I don't have my speech 100% down right. Now, it's better than most, all right? But it's not 100% down right. That's not going to stop me from being successful. That's not going to stop me from leveraging my experience, all right, to let other people hear that. Okay, look at Flacco. Actually, I mean, I've criticized Flacco, and shout out to Flacco. He's actually supported the show a couple times too. So shout out to Flacco. I've criticized him. He's one of those people that I respect because even though you criticize him, he'll still talk to you. He's still open, right? He's got a bad speech problem. That's actually one of the criticisms that we what do you call it? It's one of the criticisms that we levied against what do you call it? Flacco, because it's like, yo, your speaking is horrible. Listen to me. My speaking is not the greatest, right? But we don't let it stop us. It doesn't stop us from being the A mic or B mic or C mic or whatever it is. We still get our stuff off because what we're talking about either comes from here or it comes from the heart, right? So we don't have to filter or censor or do any of that nonsense. But the thing is, you guys do. You guys do at the end of the day, right? And that's the thing. So Flacco, it doesn't stop him. He's still doing his thing. You let it stop you, or you're using that excuse that it's stopping you, right? And again, I don't 100% buy it. I don't, okay? You can easily work on yourself, but just like everybody's starting to realize now, Fresh, especially about you, you're starting to realize maybe you're not actually doing the work that you're bragging about. Maybe you're just taking their money, not even putting effort on the podcast, and just running with it. Because they're not seeing any effort from you. You're not producing in the game department. You're not producing in the content department. And what I mean by that is you're not even adding on to what Myron says, at least to the same veracity, right? You're not doing that. Instead, you're just either supporting what Myron says or just staying behind. So again, what have you actually done to be successful? So chat, shout out to you guys. We're going to go with the super chat and then we're going to close out. But again, I just find this very interesting that all of a sudden these guys are calling out all the other podcast bros. Now, chat, could it be, and this is gonna be a question, could it be because they got canceled off of Rumble and they know that money isn't coming in as well as it used to, so now they're trying to like go after all these other guys that are now getting that same share? Or do you think they genuinely care about these dudes, right? So we're about to vote on that in just a second. Let me get these super chat. More D, brother from another mother. Shout out to you for the $5 super chat. Booty says, fresh game, I will pay your rent, cell phone, gym memberships, and utilities. Are you sure it's Fresh or Donnie Boys? I can't tell whose game is that because they both did the same thing. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. M down with the $10 super chat. Shout out to you. Says Abe Lincoln had a saying: you can fool the people some of the time and some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. We're seeing this unfold in a red pill. Facts. Chat. It's almost like there's a mini awakening happening within the red pill. That's what I'm starting to see now. It's almost as if there's a mini awakening going on within the red pill, because what we're starting to see now is these are fans of Fresh and Fit. Matter of fact, let me pull this back up real quick, because y'all won't believe who decided to comment on this. Y'all won't believe the comment on this, bro. I was shocked. Look at this, chat. Look at this. Who is responding to this? Look at it. Look, this is whatever responding to this criticism, right? It's like, as for Myron's unsubstantiated claim that we were just in it for the money, so FNF does their show for charity and out of the goodness of their hearts, hit him with the Canadian. FNF monetizes their audience way more than we do. Oh, so we actually do have this response here from the whatever team, right? It says some of what they do, DMs on the man, which is $500. I'm sorry, whatever podcast don't actually know is it used to be $800. I'm sorry, $900. I got the old screenshot of what the old price used to be, but they lowered the price to $500 because one of two things: either people weren't buying their shit anymore, and that was too high of a price point, so they had to bring it down. Or they probably were selling. No, it wouldn't make any sense. If they were selling a lot at that price, then they probably wouldn't bring the price down. It probably was likely that no one was really paying that $800 price point. Or I wouldn't say no one, but not as many people were paying them $800, $900 for DMs on the man's course. Like, what the hell? If you're dumb enough to do that, I got a bridge of France to sell you. Trust me, it's going to be a really good deal. You're going to like it, all right? A pristine condition. But again, these guys don't know. They're charging $500 now, but it used to be more than that. It says High Value Academy, they're charging $700. Doing way more sponsorships, supplements, and peen pills every episode. This is great. Oh shit. This nigga wrote a lot. So he's actually got a point. I didn't know they were selling penis supplements. Is that true? Wait, chat, I actually don't know this because I don't pay attention to their sponsors like that. Hey, Chat GPT, I gotta ask you all this. Is that true? Does Fresh and Fit promote peen pills for your penis? You get your little enlargement going. Yo, if that's true, that'd make this more pathetic, dog. That'd make this even way more pathetic than it was. Because what that's telling me now is that you're criticizing whatever podcast for selling pocket pussy, but y'all selling dick pills. Y'all niggas are hypocrites. Y'all fucking hypocrites, yo. I can't do this shit, yo. Look at these fucking hypocrites. Yo. Oh, shit. Fuck. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I almost fucking threw up. Oh, my God. Yo, I haven't laughed that hard in my life. Oh, my God. I have never laughed that hard in my entire life. Holy shit. Oh, my God. Hold up. Chat, hold up. I need some time. Oh, my God. Oh my God, bro. Chad. I've never laughed this hard in my life, Chad. I'm gonna be real. This is too that. Oh my God, hold up. I'm trying to close this out, bro. Oh my God, dude, I'm put down. Bro. Chat, this is killing me. I'm gonna tell you this right now, bro. It's funny as fuck, but it's killing me, dog. This is killing me. Oh my God, dude. The hypocrisy. Hold on. I gotta take a moment, chat. I'm really trying. This is too much. See, this is why, like, if I did reaction videos, y'all would never see this. I clip this shit out. I would clip this shit out. See, this is why some of y'all love it live, bro, because I be giving it all types of raw, bro. I can't believe it. Okay, hold on. Let me get this straight. Let me compose myself real quick. Let me get this straight. Fresh and Fit is criticizing whatever podcast for selling pocket pussies. And yet they got accused for selling dick pills. Yo, that's crazy. All right, chat. Whoo, come on, dude. Come on, dude. You got this. I can do this, chat. I can endure. Can we spam the hashtag endure in here? Because I'm going to need it, bro. I'm out of breath and everything. I'm sweating down. God damn, bro. This is too funny. See, this is why I like clowning these foes, bro. Like, where else can you go where you can get this kind of entertainment? Like, where can you go to get this kind of entertainment, chat? Come on. Let's be honest. All right, let's continue. It said, he says, okay, so what do we leave up at? Okay, we left up at the dick pills. Okay, talk. I'm gonna read this whole thing again, chat. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try it again. All right, hold up. All right. He says, as for Myron's unsubstantiated claim that we're just in it for the money, so FNF does their show for charity and out of the goodness of their hearts. FNF monetizes their audience way more than we do. Some of what they do, DMs on demand, $500, the high value economy, which is $700, doing way more sponsorships, supplements, and bean pills every episode. I didn't even know this shit, bro. Selling tickets to sub milestone parties and live events. Yeah, that's true. I'll criticize that. They that 100K party was a scam. So I guess that's a sub milestone party. But hundreds of dollars. If anyone has an exact dollar amount, DM me on IG. Hey, listen, I might have that dollar amount for you, Mr. Ryan from whatever podcast. So you're going to have to talk or something, bro. I know y'all are watching, so just hit me up. Hit me up. We'll talk. All right? I got that dollar amount. It's a lot. It's a lot. Over $1 million worth. That's how much they blindside this incels for, okay? So hit me up. I got the numbers for you. Don't worry about it. All right, so he says, DM me merch, $50 for a shirt. Yeah, that's crazy. That $50 for, I don't even pay $50 for a shirt. That's insane. Fresh charges $3,000 for an hour console. Whoa. Okay, time out. I didn't know this. Hold up. What? Fresh charges $3,000 for a 1 hour console. I'm done. What? What? Who's paying this idiot $3,000 an hour? I didn't even know this was a possibility. Who's paying this dumbass who can't even speak properly and skips the speech therapy classes? Who's paying him $3 an hour? I didn't even know this. This is crazy. Hold up. He says $1,000 for 20 minutes. Myron charges $900 for an hour console. Oh, I figured it out. Chat, this is making so much sense. I figured it out. That's why they're going in on Fresh heavy. This is why they're going in on Fresh. Because the people, I guarantee you, chat, the people who are calling in on the show right now, clowning Fresh, they probably paid the $3. They probably paid Fresh the $3 for an hour console. And then what happened is they started watching him and realizing that they just wasted $3,000, right? Especially when his co-partner is charging this $900 for the same hour console. So they're probably going easy on Myron because they're seeing Myron, he's changing, at least in their eyes. I don't think he's changed, but he's changing in their eyes. He's only charging $900, right? So they see the value in that. But they look at Fresh. Fresh is charging $3,000 an hour, and they're seeing zero change. I'd be pissed off too. Hell, where my money going? Hey, time out, Fresh. Hold up. I just invested $3,000 to. I don't see the ROI. I don't see it. Where is the return on investment, my guy? I don't see that. So that's why when this call-in show, Fresh is getting pressed. Because a lot of these dudes that paid $3 for an hour consultation with Fresh, they realize they got scammed. I got it now. Chat, that's the only way it makes sense. Because who in the right mind pays Fresh $3,000 for 1 hour session? You have to be the dumbest person on the planet. I'm sorry. Scratch that. I thought tater tots were stupid. Anybody that plays this, you pay this guy $3,000? You pay him $3,000 for 1 hour? Oh. I can't do this, Jen. I might have to end this show. I didn't want to read the rest of it. I might end this show. I can't endure it. I can't believe this. Yo, this has to be a fake. Okay, chat. I might be overreacting here. Can somebody validates for me? Hey, you Fresh and Fit Tards in the chat. All right, let me know. Is this true? Do they really charge? Does Fresh charge you $3,000 for a 1 hour conversation? Walter Weeks, him. You allow him to do that to you? Is that true? Because somebody let me not find out one of y'all paid this dude $3,000. Just his stuttering takes up 20 minutes alone. What did you pay for? See, I'm so confused. This cannot be true. All right, I'm on the mindset that Brian probably is trying to piss him off. I don't know. Maybe y'all gotta verify this for me, chat. All right, I don't know. Let's continue. He says we take super chats, donos. We've done about 7 sponsorships total. We have merch memberships. That's it. Damn. He says, look at the bare bones facts and evidence. I'm sure. I'm sorry, but facts and evidence doesn't exist in Red Pill. You should know that by now. You're in the Red Pill. Y'all don't follow facts. Why should they? FNF has monetized their audience far more than we have. That's true. He says, we put on an entertaining show. If you want to drop a super chat, we read it. Cool. That's my dyslexia. That the it wasn't even there, bro. See, this thing, I'm surprised I went through college and shit, bro. Like I got mad reading problems. Says that's pretty much the extent of it. We are not fleecing our audience, selling our own digital products. We aren't doing landing page funnels. Fresh and Fit are, and charging $500 for a dating course from a guy who lies and claims he has 1,000 body count. We said that he was lying. We call that out. He says, mind you, Fresh claims his body count before FNF getting his clout. Okay, so that's true. He did say he got 1,000 bodies before he got the FNF. So that's interesting. I'm glad that whatever podcast is hitting them back. Says values don't align, but they got a stripper pole in their studio. Hey, yo! Listen. Okay, Brian, I've always thought Brian was a tool. Okay, but Brian don't take no shit sitting down. Okay? Brian don't take no shit sitting down. He said, hey, hold up. Nigga, you talking about values? You talking about morals and values? You got a stripper pole in your studio, bruh. You want to talk to me about values? So that's a mic drop in the comment section if I've ever seen one, chat. Hey, put a one if he's got. Listen, I think Brian's an idiot. Okay, if you're watching this, I genuinely think that. Okay, but I also think you got some sense here. You're actually calling out a spade or for what it is. Okay, it's true. It's absolutely true. They got a stripper pole. My dude got a stripper pole in his studio talking about morals and values. Like, again, this is facts. He says, among many other things I could say. Okay, buddy. So they're really going in. It says, so funny, after just a few podcasts ago, Myron said he never starts talking ish first. Oh, chat, we're seeing it. We're seeing it. This puts the Abba and Preach beef into perspective. Now, I got to bring that back up because it matters, okay? And it matters to them. It matters to Abba and Preach, so it matters to us, all right? But we got to bring this back because Myron always does this shit. I don't start shit. We don't start anything. But the thing is, they do. They want to talk about how they're better than all these other men out there. They don't start drama. The thing is, they do. And you know what? Whatever podcast has a point. They never said anything bad about Fresh and Fit. Yeah, whatever podcast reached out to Fresh and Fit. Fresh and Fit ignored them. And they're going around doing their business. Yeah, they collab with some of the same people, but they're going about their business, doing their thing. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, here comes this mic drop by Myron talking about, whatever podcast, they're not here to help men and whatnot. He threw the first shot. Now, I guarantee you this. Once this beef gets going, the beef starts picking up steam. Myron's going to be like, oh, see, all these guys, they're hating on us. See, they just start talking shit about us, and now we got to respond. See, this is what happens, especially with the Abba and Preach thing, bringing it back to them, right? Because Abba and Preach, Fresh and Fit would like to fool their incel audience to get them to believe that Abba and Preach started this beef first. That's not true. They didn't start this beef first. Fresh and Fit did. They started a beef by talking trash about Abba and Preach before Abba and Preach knew who they were. The reason why is because Abba and Preach did reaction videos that titter-totted on the Red Pill and covered Red Pill topics. So Fresh and Fit, they thought, oh, well, these guys were definitely trying to grift into our space, and we have to be the only ones talking about women, talking about relationship in this space, so we got to shame Fresh and Abba and Preach for it. They did. It was them, Donovan Sharp, Roll Tomasi, MLD. They were all in that podcast together talking trash about Abba and Preach, right? Not knowing that Abba was going to eventually accept Fresh and Fit's invitation for him to go on their podcast. And when Abba finally went on their podcast, Fresh and Fit actually thought that Abba and Preach didn't even see the video that they did talking shit about him. But what did my man Abba do? As soon as the podcast was over, Abba said, oh, yeah, so what's all that shit y'all was talking? And Myron's face was like, that's all, folks. Yo, that was Myron. That was Myron right there. I was talking shit. When? When did I talk? I don't know what I was talking. I'm sorry. I can't see. I'm blind. I barely see. I need prescription. What? I was talking about you? I got amnesia. I'm sorry. I can't remember. That was Myron. That was him. So are we surprised that they are starting the same beef? I'm sorry I had to drag you back all the way to the Abba and Preach beef. I'm sorry, Chad, but you had to get the context here because apparently us reaction channels don't provide context. Allow me to oblige. So again, why do I bring that up? Because exactly what's happening now. If whatever podcast, let's say they decide to do a video on this, instead of his comments that barely anybody's going to see, except for maybe like 320 people who liked it, right? I'm going to just give it a like right here. I'm going to just show my support. I'm going to toss it a like. You know how I am, Chad. I'm very supportive. All right. But think about it. If whatever podcast did a video on this right now, right? And they said, you know what? We're going to respond to Fresh and Fit talking shit to us because they're saying that we don't offer value to men. We don't believe that's true, right? Fresh and Fit are going to take that and say, well, see, now they're starting stuff. And this is what I'm trying to show you guys. Myron and Fresh are beta males. They are drama queens. They start shit first in their own emotions. And then when people respond, like Abba and Preach, then they get mad and try to brainwash their audience to make them believe that, no. These beta males started it first, not us. We're just masculine, high-class, red pill men. Pay attention. It's almost like history is repeating itself. Let's continue. He says, I have had nothing but positive things to say about them. Go watch my episode with Trillstein? What the fuck is that? I have shouted them out a bunch, but whatever. And this hurts. This hurts for them, not me. I don't care. This is fun for me. This is fun for me. Bro, I almost died laughing earlier. Holy shit. Bro, I almost died laughing. Y'all don't realize how close I came, bro. But still, okay. I'm sorry. I'm enjoying every bit of this. Okay, this is the beef we didn't ask for, but we all wanted. So this is great, right? So here's the response to that. So here's a Fresh and Fit tard saying, "You are just mad they're calling you out." How? The thing is, whatever podcast, I don't recall them starting anything with Fresh and Fit. Again, pay attention. This is a Fresh and Fit fan, right? So they're not mad that Fresh and Fit is throwing the first stone. They're not mad at that. But when they respond, all of a sudden they're going after whatever podcast. Again, these guys don't like fighting fair. This is why I don't like them, these guys, because they're not real men. All right, they don't fight fair. Okay. Let me see. Oh shit, did I? Hold up. I think I skipped a lot of podcasts. Oh, not a podcast. Hold up. I think I skipped some super chats here. Where did I leave it? Hold up. I think I leave it. Nope. Did I cover this one? Yeah, I did cover this one. So we're at this one, right? I think we're at this one. Shout out to you, Deb, for the $5 super chat. It says, why does the studio look like it's out of a storage unit? I think they got evicted from the last one, bro. I think they got evicted from the last one. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if they got a water. Yeah, they got evicted from the last one, bro. It's definitely different. But that's the thing. This is what these are Miami apartments, dude. You get the small ass space and you pay a huge premium. It doesn't make any sense. Like, I'm sorry, bro. It's not worth it living here having a freaking GTA cartoon cutout of MLD right here. I mean, this is not something I want to be proud of or put on my as part of my apartment decor. I mean, look at this guy. Even as a cartoon, he can't even fit his suit. I'm sorry, bro. It couldn't be me though. Couldn't be me, bro. I like space. I like big space. This is what it is. All right, that makes me great value. It is what it is, bro. More deep with the $5 super chat says, Fresh's game. I will pay your rent. Oh, I did read this. Membership for utilities. Okay. All right. I'm spacing, bro. Shout out to you. Says M. Dot with the $10 super chat says Abe Lincoln has saying, oh, I did read the chat. I can't endure this anymore, bro. Holy shit. I'm like rereading super chats now. That's how crazy this is. All right, let's continue. I Victoria, shout out to you for the $2 super chat. Says, you're going to cover Brian's response? Yeah. Yeah. Did he do a video? I gotta see if he did a video. I gotta see if he did a video. If he did a video, we'll cover it. But let me see. So far, I only see. Oh, yo, he did do a video.
Okay, here we go.
Hey Brian, any plans on addressing the recent comments made about you by FNF? Some valid criticisms there, even though slightly hypocritical. Maybe making an appearance on their show to clear your name. Also, hi Mary.
Sure.
Hi. What was that?
Yeah, I'll just address it very quickly. What I want to do is actually do a thorough written response. Maybe I'll do an actual in-video response, but I haven't really perfectly determined what my response would be and be able to precisely articulate all my counter arguments to it. The brief answer would be, just as a point of clarity, basically, Fresh and Fit is a very similar podcast to ours. They started before us. I've repeatedly credited them to some degree as inspiration for the show. I've had nothing but positive things to say about them. I've said, I've shouted them out a whole bunch. I've reached out to both Myron and Fresh to attempt to arrange for collaboration. We have some mutual connections that I've tried to get an intro that way. It's been clear to me for a very long time that they're not interested in collaborating, which is fine. I am not owed a collaboration, much in the same way that I do not owe anybody else who reaches out to me to want to collaborate with me. I don't have an issue with that. What I likely suspect is they view me as competition. Ergo, they do not want to compete, or excuse me, they do not want to collaborate with a competitor.
Ding, ding, ding. That's what we've been saying. That's exactly what we've been saying, bro. It's not about values and morals like Myron's trying to make it out to be. It's all about, hey, you taking all the shine, bro, and I don't like it. That's exactly what this is. So Brian is calling it out. This is good. This is good. Let's continue.
Same way that you might, for example, say, and shout out to Length or Gurf on Reddit for this one, Coca-Cola may not want to collaborate with Pepsi. I get it. Although what I would argue is that when it comes to the digital content creation space, it's not like a zero-sum game where if I have viewers, I'm taking away from their viewers. I don't really think that's how it works. I would compare it to like two musical artists, let's say two rap musicians. Rap musicians frequently collaborate, even though they're in the exact same genre. They're making the same type of music. Perhaps their lyrical structure is similar. The instrumentals they're in C major. There's all kinds of things where you can find a lot of commonality in music. There's this complaint that that the podcast is a ripoff or a copy. My response to that would be, first off, nobody has an intellectual property right to a live dating podcast, so there's certainly no copyright infringement or intellectual property infringement. You cannot trademark an idea now. In the same way that, for example, there's allowed to be more than one rapper. There's allowed to be more than one horror film. You're allowed to have more than one drama. There's a lot of similarities. What I would say is they are not the first to do a podcast. They're not the first to do a live podcast. They're not the first to do a dating podcast. They're not the first to do a dating roundtable.
I'm going to have to pause you there, Brian. In terms of their dynamic of how they set the show up, they were the first to do it. That's actually why, all the more reason why they're mad, because while they're sitting at 1 million, you got like 4 million subs. Okay, so they're heated about this. So yeah, I'm gonna just stop you right there. Listen, if they didn't do it first, there'd be another podcast that we'd be bigging up right now instead of Fresh and Fit. They did it first. That's why they were able to, get ahead of the game as far as they did, and you guys replicated their process. It just is what it is. Just admit it. Manny Kawuku, where you from, by the way? Shout out to you. Says shout out to you for the $7 super chat. It says salute to my Nigeria. Oh, you're from Nigeria. What tribe are you from? Shout out to my Nigeria brother. Says checking in from Canada. What tribe? Where are you from? North, south, east, west? Let me know. Shout out to you. Another Nigerian, bro. Nigerian brother. Shout out to you. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for the support, man. Where are my Nigerians at? Let's get it. I appreciate that. Mezzo Kareem, shout out to you for the $5 super chat. It says it's a conspiracy after they boot Fresh off the show. Fit is next, or the whatever crew has activated the Operation FNF stealth coup to take over. Yo, that could be like an alternative thing, right? That Brian is setting all that up. He's setting up that destruction of Fresh and Fit. What if Brian is behind these calls that Fresh and Fit's getting to get rid of Fresh, right? What if Brian is actively getting his revenge right now to sabotage the Fresh and Fit platform so that they could be on top? What if Brian was probably responsible for Fresh and Fit's demonetization? Now, I'm going too far. Obviously, I'm not. It's all speculation. Brian is clearly not responsible. He doesn't have the bones for it. But again, I just think it's hilarious that this beef is happening, and Myron's trying to make it about integrity and morals. It's like, huh? I'm looking at this platform right here, and the only difference between whatever podcast and Fresh and Fit is that they definitely got a bigger table. I mean, that's what it's like to me. They can fit a lot more around that little ass table, unlike Fresh and Fit. I don't know how y'all. I mean, just imagine sitting so close to these people in that tiny ass, hot ass apartment. I probably would have thrown up. I probably wouldn't have the stomach for it, bro. I'd have puked on one of them. I couldn't do it. Like some of y'all, y'all need to get away from me. You smell. You smell. Get out. Open the window, right? Man, I'm telling you. It's too damn small. I'm going to deal with the $2 super chat. Shout out to you. It says those APVs were glorious. Always great to recap. Shout out to you. Yeah, that was. I don't think Alvin Preacher done with them. They just got to do more stupid things, and they'll always be in the news. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Shout out to you. Night Jade with the $2 super chat. It says that Chris is not MLD. That is Chris, not MLD. No. Wait, for real? The dude on the in the background. Why does cartoon Chris look like discount MLD? That's crazy, bro. That's insane. Shout out to you, Birdman Flocker with the $5, which says 5150 and Patrice O'Neal been doing dating roundtables. Yeah, and they were doing it on radios too, right? Patrice O'Neal, say that 3 times fast. Patrice O'Neal, yeah, he was doing. I remember when I first heard about him was on radio. Right, it was like, oh shit, that's crazy. This guy could just say these things. That's interesting. But Patrice was vulgar. I would say his shit was way more vulgar than some of these red pillars are saying right now, and he got away with it, which is crazy. But I mean, who's the other guy? Tom Likas was another one too, as well, right? Tom Likas it might have been talking to Tom Likas on the radio. Maybe it was no. But Patrice was on. Patrice was on the radio too. Shout out to you. Manny Kawuku Shati, he says, I'm not Nigerian, bro. I'm half. Whoa, what is Gahalfo? What is that? I gotta figure out what that is. Can you let me know what that is? Are you still trying to say Ghana? No, that's not Ghana. There's an F in there. You gotta help me out. I don't know what is it saying. But shout out to you. But you're half. What is that Ghana? You from Ghana? Oh, shout out to Ghana, bro. Ghana, what's good? Hey, still Ghana's right next door, bro. I say that to my Ghana brothers, my Cameroonian brothers, all right, my brothers from Burkina Faso, all you guys around. Shout out to you, Niger, and shout out to y'all too as well. Even though y'all going through what y'all going through with France, okay? Nigeria kind of stands with you. I don't know what the rest of the Nigeria government's doing, but we are for no violence. That's what most of us are for, anyways. But shout out to you. But yeah, Ghana, that's what's up. Birdman Flocker says FNF only became popular because of Frank Castles. Yeah, but Kevin Samuels, no. Frank Castles, yes, but then there was a collab that they did with Kevin Samuels with that blonde lady that ended up Frank Castling herself. Y'all remember that? When she just got up and left? That was the one that really put a lot of eyes on Fresh and Fit, was that one episode. Yeah, the Frank Castles later on, yeah. But I would say that episode with Kevin Samuels really took him over the edge because they did a lot of views. That was their first video where they did over 1 million views. Like throughout their entire career, bro, like in the 1 million views in a relatively quick amount of time. So yeah, it was very important. Shout out to Chris Kosert with the $5, which says whatever podcast is way more than FNF. They have bigger table, even a random girl with a German war helmet. Facts. You can tell whatever's putting in that work. But let's continue though, because he's giving out a very valid response right now.
They're not the first to talk about these things. I would argue that Tim Likas, Patrice O'Neal, and
you're dumb. see, Brian. This is why he called him Tim Likas, like Tim Likas. Like see, again, when you're trying to prove that you're not a grifter in the Red Bull space, and you can't say Tom Likas, okay, Brian, you're not helping yourself. Tim Likas. Really, Tim Likas? Oh God, dude, this guy is not helping his case.
And a couple other people have been talking about this for a long time, dating all the way back to the 90s, early 2000s. Tom Likas. When it comes to dating shows, you have Love Line with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew dating all the way back to the 90s. You have I've seen Oprah episodes where they assembled a panel of men and women and talked about dating. I've heard about who should pay on first dates. There's old retro video you can pull up of Oprah actually talking to Warren Farrell, who's a men's rights advocate, about who should pay for first dates. These conversations have been going on for a very long time before some of these people were even born. Who else? You had Patrice O'Neal, Tom Likas, Adam Carolla. I think I'm missing one. You have Kevin Samuels. You have a bunch of people. Howard Stern has been bringing on random women and talking about dating and relationships for a very long time.
Patrice O'Neal was on Howard Stern. That's where it was. It was Howard Stern.
We've obviously gathered to some degree inspiration from their show. Now,
top line, it was Fresh and Fit show. Your exact layout is Fresh and Fit, bro.
In any case, if they don't want to collaborate, that's fine. My issue is when you start, and I'd rather save this for a proper actual response because we're limited on time here.
Well, hey, I can't wait for that response video. But you can tell he has a lot to get off his chest right now.
Or during the show, he said essentially that I'm in it for the money, and that we don't share the same values because one time I promoted a sex toy. Again, I'd rather save my actual rebuttal when I've actually given it more thought. There's a lot of things I can point out in how they choose to conduct themselves that, I mean, I would say get off your high horse when it comes to your claims of value.
I would agree with them.
Also, I could also make very compelling arguments of these accusations that we're just in it for the money. I'm prepared to show that in a lot of ways, you guys have monetized your audience to a far greater degree than I have when it comes to, you know, again, I don't have an issue with the way they're monetizing. I don't have an issue, but don't make criticisms of me when it comes to the way I'm monetizing. And I could point out some ways that you guys, again, I don't have an issue with the way they're moving, but don't get off your high horse, okay? This cope about he's just in it for the money. I mean, my dudes, you guys charge a lot of money for some of the products you sell. The thing is that they bill themselves. I don't bill myself as a dating coach, a guru, or an expert.
I've got a point.
Just a normal guy. And I talk about dating and relationships. I will never bill myself as an expert or a guru or a coach. I'm not going to do landing page funnels and charge you guys $500 to buy some product. Again, I have no issue with them doing that. But if you're going to get on your podcast when I've had nothing but nice things to say about you and essentially attack me, the insinuation that you're making with Fresh shaking his head like, bro, this guy's in for them. Actually, should we? I don't know how.
Come on, Brian. You know you want to do this, Brian. Come on.
Look, it's just like you cannot sit there and say I'm in it for the money when you guys are charging people thousands of dollars to go to your subscriber milestone parties.
That's facts, bro. Like, that's fact. I mean, I think Fresh and Fit kind of, at least, especially Myron, you kind of shot yourself in the foot here because you're levying all these accusations against them. They're being fake and they're in it for the money. They're not really real. But now that he's breaking it down, it's come to find out that you guys have squeezed more money out of their audience than they have. That's what that's the equivalent they're making right now. They're saying you coming after us, you monetize your fans more than we have. The fuck you saying, dog? Your criticism doesn't even make any sense. And I don't like these guys. I don't like none of y'all. But like, I have to agree with them, right? I have to agree that he's got a point. Like you're criticizing him, yet you live in a glass house. That's crazy that you're doing that. That's crazy that you can just easily dismiss the fact that you're doing the exact same thing 10 times worse. That's crazy. Kevon Slims with the $5 super chat. Kevon says, don't care about FNF or whatever scam cast. Oh, I like that one. Says they can devour each other for all I care. I mean, yes. I think we're all on the same boat with that. That's why we're here. We're all on the same boat. Yeah, we're here for the ceremonial bridge burning, as Abba would put this, right? That's all I'm here for. But you're absolutely right. I don't give a fuck. I think this is good for the both of them. Let them tear each other apart. The less of them in the YouTube space, the better, right? Because I think neither of them know what they're doing. I think both of them are actually corrupting. And even these girls that are sitting there agreeing, yeah, Brian, Fresh and Fit are so horrible. You don't realize that you guys are basically the discounted version, okay? Y'all trying to take over the main thing. That's what it is. Meso Kareem, shout out to you for the $5 super chat. Says, is Charblaze person in the chat a troll, or is he/her really one of Myron's bottom bitches? Maybe Charblaze89 has info about Myron's dance ball. I think Charblaze, listen, we got a lot of trolls in here. I don't think he's I don't think he's a troll. Listen, even if they're a troll, I don't think he's really said anything too crazy. Like, my thing is, listen, I don't care if you troll me. Like, I don't have I don't have a big ego, okay? I have an ego, but it's not big like these guys, okay? So I can take when people criticize me. I'm okay with that. You can criticize me, you can make fun of me. Hell, you can make fun of my hairline. You can make fun of my curtains. All right. What happened to what happened? There was a profile that actually was dedicated to making fun of my curtains. I missed that guy. But like, as long as you're not being rude to anybody else in the chat, all right, you're not being disrespectful to them, you're not doxing people. Those are my two main rules. You can pretty much do whatever you want. I'm not gonna ban you. I'm not gonna do one of those subscriber only things or whatever it is like that. Because I feel like, again, I genuinely think this is a message I think everyone should hear. Okay, if you get the message, great. If you don't, great. It doesn't matter, right? But as long as you hear, I don't want to limit it or stuff like that. Now, obviously, there's shows that I would do that I make it members only because I think the members deserve that. If you're a channel member, absolutely, you deserve something that it's going to be exclusive for you that no one else has access to, because you guys took the extra step, so you deserve it. But other than that, I would not restrict anything to anybody. Y'all can say whatever you want. So is Charblaze being disrespectful to people in the chat? As long as they're not being disrespectful to people, they're fine. Leave them alone. Manny Kawuku says I'm Ghanaian and Angolian and Ghanaian. No, that's an interesting combo. That's pretty cool. Shout out to you. Shout out to you for the 279, bro. That's what's up. Okay, a Ghanaian and Angolian living in Canada. Now that's a story I want to hear. Shout out to you. If I do a call-in show, I definitely appreciate it if you call in, bro. I would definitely want to hear that. That'd be cool. Great Pill with the membership. Let me get a W in the chat for Great Pill. Shout out to you, bro. Yeah, I appreciate it. Great Pill again with the super chat. It says, salute to the chat and panel. Salute to you, bro. I got my drink right here. Shout out to you. I'm toasting to you. Let's shout out to Great Pill too. Great Pill's been around for a minute. More D with a $2 super chat. Again, it says Brian hasn't done that yet. Keyword yet. That's true. But now we know. I mean, this is just the off-cuff video. But now we know Brian's got a main video plan to go in on Fresh and Fit. So, again, Fresh and Fit, I can almost predict what they're going to do when Brian finally drops that video, right? Now, this was an impromptu clip, right, that some other channel posted. But let me tell you something that, and, the channel's called Back to the Roots, so shout out to that. But, again, let me tell you what's going to happen here, all right? When Brian does his dedicated video, outline everything, and putting the numbers together like he says he's gonna do. I got more numbers for you. Just don't hesitate to reach out. All right. When Brian does that, what Fresh and Fit are gonna do, what they're gonna do is they're gonna try to brainwash their audience to make it seem as though, well, look, see, now they're attacking us. We didn't even see. This is why we don't work with anybody, because everybody's just gonna start hating on us. So they're gonna make their audience forget that they fired the first shot. They threw the first stone, right? And when Brian makes this video, they're going to make it seem as though Brian is jealous of their success and is trying to take them down, right? And that's how crazy these guys are going to get. And believe it or not, even listening to that phone call when the audience was trying to call it out, you could tell the audience is already geared, or at least gearing Myron up for a war. Forget at least the other guys who are trying to be copycats, right? And Myron probably has been hearing that for a long time. He's like, you know what? You guys are right. I'm going to take that bait and fuck whatever and fuck everybody else that's trying to copy our flow, right? That's what's happening right now. So what they're going to do is going to be an easier spin for the Fresh and Fit camp to then slander the whatever podcast as instigators, as haters, as people who don't want anybody else to succeed, as copycats, right? So I think, if anything, here's the thing. There are two ways to look at this. Either this is Fresh and Fit being little girls and can't control their emotions. And honestly, this is an offense to little girls, because I think little girls have way more emotional control than these bozos. But again, it is what it is. I think that they've lost control of their emotions, and particularly Myron, and they decided to just shoot first at someone that didn't shoot back at him or shoot at him to begin with, right? That's what that's either one thing, or the second thing is this is an obvious trap that Myron is trying to set, right? And he's done this with Abba and Preach, and now he's trying to replicate that with whatever, right? Start something on the low, and then when they do a response, blow that response up to be bigger than what it is, and then use that as an excuse to attack them. And at the end of the day, you get clout off of it. Maybe they get clout, or maybe it hurts them. It doesn't matter. But that's the game I think they're playing over here. And realistically, that's YouTube. It's sick. It's horrible, but it's YouTube. That's why, again, y'all get mad at me, but I don't feel sorry for none of them, because this is the kind of game I know they play. That's why we have this channel to break all this shit down. All right, but yeah, you're right, more deep. Brian hasn't done anything yet, but he's going to, and Fresh and Fit are gonna blow that out of proportion. M Dot with the $5 super chat. Let's get a W for M Dot in the chat right now. M Dot says they're saving men's lives, Duke. That's why they charge $1,000 per hour. I'm sorry, bro. If I give you $3,000 and I'm watching your progress over time and you haven't changed, and I know that $3,000 is burning a hole in my wallet, I might delete myself, because at that point I'd probably realize that I'm an idiot. And the fact that I thought I was going to change my life by paying Fresh $3,000 for a 1 hour conversation makes me an even bigger idiot. And I probably don't. I probably deserve that Darwin Award. That's the mindset I'd be thinking of, because there's no way in the hell that you would. I don't think you can even offer me anything to pay this guy. I don't care if it's gonna save my life. I know paying $3,000 would be way more of a waste of money to Fresh than giving it to somebody else that's worth a damn. I'm just saying, like, I didn't even know Fresh charges $3,000 an hour. That's the first I've heard of this. I've never heard of this. I didn't know that was true. I thought, like, nah, bruh. You know what this means? Fresh, I'm gonna be real, bruh. I don't feel sorry for you no more. Matter of fact, Fresh, I'm starting to realize you're probably the biggest scammer at that whole platform. No. You can't. Nah, change my mind, bro. Fresh is the biggest scammer on Fresh and Fit. Like, think about this. He's got his name first, Fresh and Fit, right? So he's up there first. My boy doesn't do anything on the podcast, right? Offers zero value, pretty much co-signs everything Myron says, all right? And then charges you $3,000 to talk to him. You didn't see no change, no growth, no nothing, but yet he thinks he's worth $3,000 of 1 hour. Yeah, I'm gonna just delete myself after that, bro. That's a poor choice. That just means I'm not ready for this planet. I'm not ready for planet Earth. So why just waste oxygen? I'm not gonna waste oxygen for someone perfectly good who can use it better than me, right? Think about it. Listen. I'm just saying, there's somebody. If I'm willing to pay $3,000 for Fresh's hour of time, there's probably somebody out there in the world that is more deserving of time than me, because I've clearly wasted it. Like, I don't know what else to say. Y'all might think it's harsh. Like, dude, you're being too harsh. I'm sorry. This is reality. If I'm gonna leave it at that. M. Dot, you about to round me up. You about to round me up, M. Dot. That shit's pissing me. I'm trying to forget that. I want to forget that people are actually paying Fresh $3,000 an hour. I want to forget that. Like, okay, Richard Cooper is one thing, because Richard Cooper can pretend to be smart. Fresh is not smart. Like, he can't even pretend to be. If he's pretending, you know he's lying. Who's paying him $3,000 an hour? I don't get it, bro. Listen, he's player fucking 2. Player 1 only charges $900. That's crazy to me, bro. I can't wait for Brian to do a full video. This is about to be great. Dev with the $5 super chat. Dev says, throwing shade at whatever, but they have a simp named Mike Davis that donates hundreds to them every podcast. I'm talking easily $500 every night. He's probably one of them crypto dudes. Because, you know, these guys that got rich off of crypto or like the Dogecoin wave. I mean, I made a good bag off of Dogecoin. I ain't gonna lie. But still, right? You know, people make a good bag and then all of a sudden they're just chilling out for these internet bozos. I think that's what Mike Davis is. But yeah, you know, you're absolutely right. Again, these guys are whores, okay? They hoard themselves out to incels while trying to tell themselves that women are the real whores, which don't make any sense. Like, no. You guys have to sit there and slurp up that goddamn talking points, red pill talking point, all goddamn day to please your incels, and they pay you for it. Congratulations. You're just whoring yourself out. I don't know who's the bigger whore here, the OnlyFans models or you guys. I mean, these guys have probably... I have never seen another large platform of men that get followed by other men that pay them the same that they would pay women on OnlyFans. You see what I'm saying? Like, Fresh and Fit is basically OnlyFans for men. I'm starting to realize that now. There's no, you can't convince me otherwise. Let's continue. Dev with the $2 super chat says, in the words of Ken Wannabe, says, let him fight. Yeah. Watanabe. Yeah, let him fight. More D with the $2 super chat says, Insult Royal Rumble. I'm here for it. Me too. Great Pill again with them 5-month membership. Shout out to you, Great Pill. Let's get a dub in the chat for Great Pill. God damn, shout out to you, bro. Ada with the $2 super chat. It says $3,000 to the B mic. It's crazy. Yeah, dog. Like, I'm sorry, bro. If somebody came up to me and said, yeah, you know the main character? Yeah, I didn't go with him. I went with the side gig, and I paid him more than the main character. I'd look at you like a dummy. I was like, wait. The guy that speaks all the facts, you didn't pay him, but you would rather pay the guy who's got the B mic 3 bands? Oh Lord, yeah, you deserve to lose your money. What is that saying, right? A fool soon parted with his money. I forgot what the saying is. Somebody let me know in the chat GPT. All right, but there's a saying about that. All right, you soon part with your money if you're a fool. I don't blame him. And Great Bill, shout out to you for the $2 that says, question: what live are they actually saving? Lost. I'm lost too, bro. Anybody that just paid $3,000 to Fresh to have Fresh talk to you, I don't know. I don't know how Fresh saved your life in that 1 hour conversation. I'm not 100% sure.
You're selling a $500 course on how to DM girls on Instagram. You're selling a $700 course on how to be a high value male. You are doing live events where you're selling VIP tickets. We do super chats. We do donations. There are different triggers for that for us. We have memberships. We have, let's see, we got merch. We have, what's the other? Oh, merch, memberships, super chats, donations. I'm trying to think if there's another one that I'm blanking on here. What's that? Oh, no, that's not. They do all of that and more. So, I mean, it is what it is. We're not going to collaborate. I've reached out to them. And also there's this thing like, I've reached out to them to extend an olive branch. I say, hey, let's work together. They either just don't respond or it is what it is. There's a lot of backstory. I'm not going to get into all of it, but it's kind of silly because I don't think it's a zero-sum game. I think actually it'd be a very mutually beneficial collaboration. But
he's right, by the way.
They don't view it in that way. Look, I'm not entitled to a collab. They've left me on red. They don't respond to me. I've even just wanted to have a conversation with Myron. He doesn't want to. I'm not all prissy about it. I just haven't followed up. I don't have an issue with them not wanting to collaborate. But when you go on your show, just say you don't want to collaborate because I'm a competitor. I get it. But don't get off your fucking high horse about, oh, don't share values, bro. I'm not going to get into it. I don't feel the need to like engage in some beef. And there's a lot of things I could say about your guys' values because you're criticizing mine. And you're basically accusing me of grifting. I mean, again, there's a lot of things I could say. What I would point out is
no, Brian, no, you are a grifter. I don't, no, they're not basically accusing. No, you are a grifter, but so are they. It's just you're a grifter too. Don't get it twisted, bro. You are what you are, my boy.
Is again, actually, fuck it. Pull up Walter Weeks' Instagram.
Oh shit, let's do it. Come on now.
I'm in it for the money.
Break it. Hey, let's do it.
I'd like to remind you. Actually, go back really quick.
I want to see this blood
back. I still drive a car I bought 10 years ago, a $20,000 Toyota. I don't have any bling. I wear $20 flannels. I wear $5 black t-shirts. I wear sweatpants from Costco. Pull up Walter Weeks. Let's talk about the money. It's all about the money, right?
Yo.
Go down. Okay. Scroll down. Click that one with the G-Wagon. Okay. Life is too short to drive boring cars. Okay. X out of that.
Yo!
He's got, scroll up. This one. He's got some bling. Right, he's got a thing. I don't know if he has a Rolex. Click on
what the fuck is this? Chat, what is this? What is this? Is this better not be a gym, bro? Why's Fresh just chilling back there? Nah, something wrong with this photo. Oh, it's a UFC gym. Yeah, Fresh don't belong in there, bro. I'm gonna just be real with you. You don't even look like if you. This looks like a Where's Waldo, but instead it's the Where's Walter version, right? Where's Walter? There he is, because he don't belong in the gym. That's for sure. That something that don't belong.
Green car one. Here, you're gonna have to move us to the other side. Okay. Is that a Lamborghini? Cool. Next, go down. There's another Lamborghini. There's another Lamborghini. I don't know how much your necklace costs, but okay, scroll down.
Yo, is Dan Bilzerian that short? I didn't know that. Hold up, time out, chat. Is Dan Bilzerian that short? I thought he was tall. How tall is? I know for a fact I'm taller than Fresh, or maybe I'm probably either a slightly taller than Fresh. But I didn't know Dan Bilzerian was. How tall is Fresh? Is he 5'9", 5'10"? I didn't know he was that short. That's crazy.
Another Lamborghini. There's another Lamborghini. I don't know how much your necklace costs, but okay, scroll down. There's a red I assume he owns these, right? I'm pretty sure he owns these. There's you on a private jet. Scroll down. Okay, click the one with the 3 cars on the far left here. That's your 3 cars. God's plan, blessed and highly favored. Okay, scroll down. Up a little bit. Up the one with the umbrella.
I mean, Fresh, bro. Especially when you talk about not about the money, your whole profile shows that you're in it for the money. So again, Brian has got a point here.
You can X out that. Scroll down. Scroll down. I'm trying to find where there's a. Oh, this one of him getting off the private jet. Let's click on that.
No, this one was
No. The private jet. Scroll down.
Right here.
Yeah. My life is a movie. It should be on film. Flexing with 100K.
He paid for that, by the way. He paid for that. This was one of the ones he paid for. He doesn't own it.
That shit sounds silly. 2 Lambos at the same time. That shit sound litty. Now, bear in mind when Myron was saying that I'm in it for the money, Fresh was shaking his head like in disapproval that I'm just in it for the money. I don't know. Your lifestyle is rather superficial, but pull it back up. The Instagram. Oh, okay, hold on.
Grid One
Hold on.
Motorsports donated $100. 1ST Violet, get out of CA and go find a tall, cool Texan to marry you. Second, Brian, I have some issues with the financial side of the red pill space, specifically Burr.
Meanwhile, you are sitting across from someone who, at least to me, appears to very much be in it for the money, given the lifestyle that he is trying to sell. He has multiple exotic cars, bling, jewelry, etc. So I think you ought to look, Myron, you ought to look internally at the people that you have around you before criticizing me for allegedly being in it just for the money.
Don't get it twisted. It's not just Fresh. Myron's in it for the money too. All them 16 real estate houses he's bragging about, they didn't buy themselves, and they can't sustain themselves either. That's why they got real mad when YouTube kicked them off that partner program. Yeah, now it's all starting to make sense, bro. You all are in it for the money. Which, again, if YouTube wants to pay you and incels want to pay you to talk about women all day, nothing wrong with that. But I just think it's interesting. You guys are calling each other out.
That's all I'll have to say about that. So, moving on. Let's see. And look, I don't have anything against any of it. Like, bro, whatever.
Whatever.
So, look, I don't have anything against them
He's
monetizing.
hurt.
But don't sit
He's
there and say
hurt.
it like it's ridiculous, bro. Okay.
Do you feel better now?
It's not.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I gotta run that back! Whoa! She's a savage!
Ridiculous, bro. Okay.
Do you feel better now?
It's not whether I feel better or not.
Whoa! After all of that, you feel better? Huh? You want the beatie? Huh? Does Brian want the beatie? Yo! Yeah. Hey, Brian, I'm gonna be real with you, bro. I don't know how your platform became successful, but Myron ain't gonna let that shit slide. That's an instant Frank Castle right there. Myron would have taken that personally. Again, bro, Brian. I mean, what? Damn that. Yo,
Just
goddamn.
addressing
Yeah, like letting it out.
what I don't know what you're
That felt
trying
like a
to
vent
get.
session.
Yeah.
No, I really appreciated it.
Okay, I appreciate your guys' patronizing tone with your questioning, but
Yo, come on, Brian. What'd you expect? You're complaining about a red pill beef to a bunch of OnlyFans girls that could not give two shits about you and your whoever Myron is. They probably don't know who Fresh and Fit is. To all they know, all right, you're talking into the air. You're just wasting time, and they're just looking around like, is he talking to me? Who's he talking to? Who's Fresh? Who's what? He just brings up the photo. Who are these people? He like a scammer. Well, why are you talking about? They don't know. They don't even know what they're doing here. So you just bringing up the beef between you and Myron. Okay, this is why you got to do a dedicated video, Brian. Okay, this. I mean, I saw you got you got it off your chest. Okay, it makes sense. And I applaud you for it. But what is it the manosphere or the red pill says about airing out your feelings in front of women? You kind of breaking your rule, dog. You can't. Okay, these women, okay, that you surround yourself with, they don't want a weak man. All right, so are you done? Because they don't want to hear it. They tired of hearing this shit.
look, I've said nothing but positive things about these guys. They don't want to collaborate. That's fine, but it is what it is. So whatever. Okay, I don't know where we were.
You can tell he mad, bro. You can tell he mad. He's like, is that it? I just pour my heart out to you, girls, and this is the best I got. I don't even know the fuck I was at right now. What was that? I don't know. I'm just hurt. Hey, listen. Stop it. Anybody that tells me that the manosphere is where you go where men become stoics, I'ma laugh at you. I'm sorry, bro. The amount of drama coming out of this space is unbelievable. It's just unbelievable, dog. I can't believe this shit. Oh no.
Oh yeah, we need to do the thumbnail. Yo, Shadow, thank you for the Prime. Raven, guys, go to twitch.tv/whatever. Drops a follow, drops a Prime sub.
Is that it?
Like this shit about values. It's fucking thing. You guys promote penis pills. I did 1 or 2 Blue Chew promotions too. I don't have an issue with it, but like you guys promote.
Oh, she's practically wearing a bra. Like, I mean, again, you guys are the exact same people. So yeah, I find this interesting.
Gambling.
So.
You guys promote penis pills. You guys have done like promotions where girls were naked on your show. You have a stripper pole in your show. You have girls twerking on you. Like fuck, like this shit about values. It's fucking bogus. Fresh charges $1,000 for a 20-minute phone consultation. That's $3,000 for a 1-hour phone consultation.
That's insane.
Just like
that's crazy.
Whatever, man. It is what it is. Okay, so there's probably other shit. Whatever.
Would you ever do call-ins on this show?
Whatever. Maybe, I don't know.
I think that would be cool because then they could like make it out to someone, and then that someone could answer. And then when you hang up, you all talk about it. Yeah, that's a good idea.
You should do blind dates too, like set people up. I think that would be fun.
The poor girls. They have no idea what's going on. they could tell. They're like, yo, we're just trying to cheer you up, buddy. Okay, Brian, it's okay. You want to do a blind date? We can set up a blind date. Oh, can we dedicate a super chat? Oh, you could tell that because first of all, Brian, this is not the time and place. Okay, you don't. This is not. You don't just sit there and air out your problems with another man in front of a bunch of women. I mean, that's your rule in the red pill. I'm just trying to say so. So again. Are you done? I mean, do you want to make cards and chocolates? what do you want, Brian? You want Fresh and Fit to apologize? Is that what you want? You want to send one of them girls over to help tell Myron to apologize? Is that what you want? What do you want, Brian? Why are you talking to these girls about your problems, dog? You're supposed to be a man. You're supposed to be alpha, dog. Why are you not handling this shit, dog?
I think people would be scared. Let's brainstorm your show right now.
What's that?
I'd be down. Yeah, I'd be down for a blind date.
Yeah.
So like this is your job, right? This is what you do for money. Why would you feel bad about that?
No, I mean the reality is
anybody who is this girl? She scares the she scares the fuck out of me, bro. She looks like a real life Pac-Man ghost. It's like is she even making eye contact with Brian right now? Like, I don't even think like these two people sitting next to each other just creeps me the fuck out. Cause I think sometimes like she's a doll. And then this one just looks like a Casper ghost. Like, I don't know what the fuck. Like, where does she come from, bro? She is not. I don't know, bro. I don't know. She scares the fuck out of me. That's like nightmare fuel right there, bro.
In the content creation space and says they do it out of the goodness of their heart. Obviously, like if I can advocate for men, like these guys say I'm not true red. Actually, can you pull up? There's a photo. It's like a SpongeBob photo. This is kind of could you make it smaller? The video. You're not really red pill, Brian. You're here just for the money, men. Yeah. Like this was from Len for Girth on Reddit. Like this is what it is. Like anybody who does content
Reddit's
creation,
crazy.
Like they want again get off your fucking high horse. Like honestly, I actually come at this more from a men's rights perspective than a red pill perspective. That's a whole nother fucking conversation. Shout out like Lenk or Gur for that one. But anybody who is a content creator who says they're not doing it for the money, it's like, come on, bruv. Go check out all his exotic cars. Check out his G-Wagon.
He's got a point. Like, I mean, whatever, Fresh. Dude. I mean, you flashy as all hell, and y'all just sat there and just throwing stones. Again, Brian's got a point. All the more reason Brian has to do a dedicated video about this.
So
clearly you invested a word.
Oh, sorry. Do y'all watch Fresh and Fit? I've seen like a couple episodes or like clips of episodes.
I've seen clips, like on Instagram.
All right, let's move on. I addressed it. It's just like annoying. So okay. Did you want to talk about body count? It sounded like you had an objection to the body count thing.
Okay. Okay, I'm done with this. Let's move on to the next subject. So, did you want to talk about body count? I mean, what's your body count? You both are pathetic. All of your platforms are just shit, dog. I'm just being real with y'all. Is this with the rest of it? Hold up, there's got to be more to this.
How do I feel about body count? Is that?
Yeah,
I guess so. I wasn't really sure. Okay. Yeah, I mean, as a girl, I feel like if I'm dating somebody, body count doesn't really matter.
Yeah, who fucking cares?
That hurt that I was talking about this?
No,
or was it in response to that?
I think we just don't understand the context.
No, I was very confused.
Yeah.
I feel bad for your situation though. Yeah. Because like looking at that and seeing you like the fuck.
Oh my God. Oh, see, I don't care. OnlyFans or not, this is why I love women. Women, they are such sweethearts. Okay, look, they could genuinely feel that Brian is hurt and frustrated about what Myron said about him, and she's got to bring it back because she's feeling that energy Brian is putting out. She said, "I feel sorry for you, baby. Let me rub your belly, let you know everything's okay." I just think it's harsh too. This is why you gotta love women. All right, okay. Sometimes listen. I know a lot of times it gets kind of crazy, but women are fun. All right, and, it's very nurturing. It's nice to have that nurturing environment. All right, so this I don't understand why Myron gets so hostile around women. Like sometimes when they feel that somebody's not feeling the feels, they'll help you get there, bro. So it's not all bad. It really ain't, and we're seeing that right now. So Brian, I think you got to reconsider a couple things, Brian.
For what they said. I don't even know what they said, but I'm on your
You don't
side,
even
Brian.
know-
I'm on your side.
I think if you just keep doing your thing, though, eventually they're gonna be like, "Dang, we should have collabed with him."
What's that?
Just keep doing your thing, and eventually they'll be like, "Oh man, we totally should have collabed with him." What
No,
do you
I mean
think?
that's just it's pretty clear that's entirely off the table.
Well, I
they've-
think that they're
they've
gonna
made their
regret
position.
No. And bless her heart, she doesn't know. Okay, it's fine. Okay, no, they already are regretting it. The fact that Myron's bringing that up now, it's a point of regret. Okay, they hate it because they left Brian on red. Brian's show is doing. I'm gonna bring numbers up, but Brian's show, they're doing numbers even without Fresh and Fit's collab. So Fresh and Fit has nothing to say. Right? They can't sit there and say, Brian's a clout chaser or anything like that. The one thing the only criticism they can levy against Brian is, oh, no, he's doing it for the money. They can't say he's a clout chaser because he asked for a clout and they didn't give it to him. So clearly the clout he got was the ones he was able to work off of their formula, but he didn't really need them. All right. And that's what Brian proved. He proved that you can be successful with Fresh and Fit's formula and you don't need collabs from bigger people. Right. And they don't like that. So now they have to criticize your integrity and say, which I think your integrity is shit, by the way, Brian, but still, right. They have to criticize that because, again, you're doing better than them at their own game. And they hate this. And I don't think this young lady understands that, but she's trying to help. Okay. Again, women, ladies and gentlemen, not the ladies, gentlemen, understand this. All right. For those of you guys don't know, okay, it doesn't matter what background a woman comes from, whether she's promiscuous or not promiscuous. Okay. Most women out there, I won't say all because there's some cold-hearted broads out there that they don't give a fuck, okay? But listen, women like these, okay? I won't say classy, but women who are, they understand, okay, emotions, the emotional intelligence. They have that, right? When they look at you, Brian, and they see that you're suffering, okay, they're nice. So not all women are evil or these talking points you guys are putting out there, all right? They genuinely, want you to feel good. A lot of women out there, I don't know what it is. Maybe you ladies can help me, right? When you see other women or other people around you feeling bad, what is it that drives you guys to want to be like comforting, right? It's that nurturing thing a lot of men nowadays take for granted that, a lot of people don't really understand that sometimes it's very necessary to have, right? Again, maybe I'm reading too much into this, and maybe these girls are just clout chasing. I don't know, right? But to me, I see something very organic happening here. I see a man who's upset. All right, I see a bunch of women who feel that he's upset. It's not that. Listen, Brian can try to hide the fact that he's upset. You can try to hide behind that and try to pretend he's stoic, but women can feel emotions a lot better than men can. So there's a vibe that's going around this air room right now that the women can feel that Brian maybe doesn't understand, and they pick up on that, right? And they're trying to console him, and he doesn't even realize that's happening. Brian's just sitting there like, okay, I'm stuck. What's your body count? What's her body count? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't want to do the show no more. They're trying to support him. I like this. This is good. This is women in the natural element, just being nurturers, no matter what background they're from. So again, I don't know why you guys hate him so much. All right, body count or not, they still care. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Shout out to I don't give 2 cents. Says, dude, why are you not watching the Vikings? Because I hate Minnesota. Listen, after they did what they did with Brett Favre, and then he went over to the Jets, I can't stand Minnesota. Fuck them. Are you a Vikings fan? I'm sorry. I'm Green Bay. I'm Wisconsin. We're right next door. So I don't know. We got a Wisconsin and Minnesota. It's an interesting kind of rivalry. You could call it that, but I don't care to watch for it. Okay. The one thing I did watch was what's his face? Aaron Rodgers, all right, when he started with the Jets, yeah, we saw how that had worked out. I mean, again, Jets, stop taking Green Bay freaking leftovers. It doesn't make any sense. Like, leave our quarterbacks alone, okay? Now they're getting hurt when they go over there. We don't want you taking out QBs. Let them retire and do Wrangler commercials or whatever, all right? They're too old to be doing this. Lady 747, shout out to you for the $2 super chat. Lady says, when dating Myron, the goal, money, and to stay alive. Yeah. Myron wants to listen. This guy doesn't give a crap. I don't even think he knows how to date. Fresh is supposed to be the one that knows how to do it.
I don't think they give a fuck, to be honest, but that's fine. It's been clear to me for a very long time that they're not interested in collaborating. Like, for months, it's been very clear they don't want to collaborate. That's totally cool. But like, just say you don't want to. I'm a competitor. You don't want to collaborate. But when you start making these accusations about me,
right.
I feel compelled to defend myself. And like, if don't throw rocks in glass. Is that how's it saying? Fuck, I'm butchering. Don't throw stones in the glass house. Like, there's a lot of things I could criticize you on along your lines of criticism.
I'm not gonna lie, Jack. She's attractive, bro. I can't help it. There's something about her, bro. She's attractive as hell. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat. Okay, I can't help myself. I'm just like, goddamn. Yeah. Okay, let me stop.
This is me, so it is what it is.
I was gonna say it's very clear you put so much time and effort into this, and like you probably invested a lot in your equipment, and it's clear that you put a lot into it. And why shouldn't you get something back from it? I mean, it's work.
Oh yeah, I work 80 hours a week.
Yeah. So like what they're saying about that it's about money. I mean, but then they're flaunting Lamborghinis and jewelry and all this stuff. It's like,
yeah.
I mean,
I work.
Girl, they all just talking. I don't see. That's what I'm saying. Them fresh and fit boys. You absolutely right, girl. Yeah, you on point.
Very hard. I work 70, 80 hours a week.
Yeah.
I have $10,000 of expenses a month running the show. So
damn. The fuck? What are your expenses? But what? Hey, yo, what the hell?
Yes, I'm trying to like at least be able to break even on that. And you know, for a long time we didn't. I was $100,000 in the red doing the show. And so yeah, $10,000 a month in expenses. That's a lot. So whatever. Moving on. Okay, body count.
Nigga, you said that for like 20 minutes. We gotta move on. 10 seconds later, you're back to the same subject. Hey, bro, you're not hiding your feelings from these girls. They know you butthurt. You can try to redirect it to their body count. It's not gonna work, dog. They know you butthurt. They want to stay on this topic, dog. All right, these are nurturing women. All right, they can't stand to see you butthurt. All right, body count.
Whatever.
I think they already answered.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think we stopped on her, but she's gone.
Oh, she did. Or she didn't dip. She.
We'll go to Priscilla.
I think at this point we're done with the body counts, dog. I think Brian, we got to focus on the real topic here. Okay, who hurt you? Who hurt you? Where did Fresh and Fit hurt you? Can you show me? Can you show me on this Jaguar over here? Can you point to me where they hurt you? was it here? Was it here, or was it your heart? Where your heart's supposed to be? Can you let me know? Yo, they're freaking butthurt, man. That's what it is. But chat, y'all let me know. What do you think? Chat, okay, listen. Those of you guys that don't really stay for the ones and twos, I appreciate y'all being here. The show's pretty much over. Thank you so much. You could be anywhere in the world right now, but you chose to spend it with dukendon, and I appreciate that. All right, I will catch you guys on the next episode. For those of you guys who stay for the ones and twos, let me know what you think, because I'm trying to process this, and I want to know what Chat GPT thinks. Okay, so do you think this whole excuse that Myron's putting out there, the whole them being in it for the money and not in it to help men, do you think it's a elaborate effort to basically try to shame the whatever podcast, because they're better than them? All right, they're trying to throw shade on them, right? Do you think that's the main reason they're calling it out? All right, they can't really do it the way they want to because whatever podcast didn't really get caught off of them. They just kind of took off on their own. Or do you think this is more of an emotional thing, and Myron was just more butthurt and he just let it slip? All right. So one, if they think it's a calculated move by Myron to try to start a war with whatever podcast, waiting on his response to what they're gonna say. All right, and then try to blame it on them for starting the beef, or put a 2 if you think Myron just acted emotional as usual and he didn't really mean what he said, and this is all gonna be forgotten and left over. Right? Let me know what you guys think, okay? Because I'm leaning towards a 1. I really think that Myron saw the fact that whatever podcast reached out to them and they wanted to ignore him. Right. And probably they ignored him because whatever podcast was doing exactly what they were doing. So it made sense. But the fact that they became successful even after Fresh and Fit ignored them, all right, and they're beating them at their own game, I think that's what's pissing Myron off, especially when you add in the fact that YouTube took them off the partnership program. So now whatever podcast, they have the lion's share in terms of on YouTube of people who are going to watch, who if anyone's going to be more Fresh and Fit and on YouTube still, they're going to go watch them, right? Especially since they don't need to hide or put most of their salacious shit behind a paywall like Fresh and Fit is doing on Rumble. Okay, so I think Brian, even though his response was very interesting, I think he had some points there. I think it's ridiculous that Fresh and Fit are levying the attack of them being in it for the money. Meanwhile, they monetize everything. They monetize so much more on their audience versus everybody else. I think it's just interesting. I think it's just a little bit of projection they're throwing out there, especially on Myron's part, because again, it's more about the money. When they're telling you it's not about that, it is about that. Okay, just keep that in mind. It just makes so much sense seeing all that stuff unfold. I think Myron is definitely butthurt about this. I think it was just a nonsensical criticism to throw at him. Like y'all are all about the money. I don't get why all of a sudden this is a problem. All of a sudden integrity has to be fought for. Like, huh? Okay, I got questions, bro, because we want to talk about integrity. Y'all definitely not it. But again, chat, let me know what you think. What I think, y'all already know, but if you incels were smart watching these people, I mean, just look how they behave, bro. I mean, that alone should tell you they don't care about you. This is not about you. This is about the bottom line at the end of the day. And y'all are just pawns. Y'all just pawns at the end of the day. How is this saving any one of your lives? Can you ask yourself this? Like, how is this saving your life? How did this save your life? I mean, you know what's crazy? Because some of you guys talked about the awakening, right? Who brought that up? There was a super chat that brought that up, right? Where we were talking about people waking up. You're absolutely right. Because I think what people are, especially with this, I think this beef, if Fresh and Fit decide to press it, it might be the end of the careers. They're not total end, but it might take a huge chunk out of their careers, right? Because again, it's one of those things where it doesn't make any sense to levy this criticism against them, but you guys are doing just that. The fans are going to wake up and say, well, okay, Brian is saying that, they only do merch and, they do memberships and all these other basic stuff with the promotions, but Fresh and Fit, they nickel and dime for everything. They even nickel and dime for their, 100K parties. Maybe Fresh and Fit are scamming us. Maybe Fresh and Fit don't really care about us. Maybe whatever podcast, through all their faults and whatnot, actually have our best interest in heart than Fresh and Fit does. I won't be surprised if their fanboys start coming to that realization, because again, we're probably reaching an awakening, and a lot of these incels are probably going to be like, yeah, you know what? When it comes to Fresh and Fit and whatever, when in terms of values, okay, we're going to go with whatever podcast, even though I think they're both idiots and offer no value. I can see a lot of incels going with that option over Fresh and Fit, especially when this beef starts to get real bloody. But we'll keep an eye on it. So let's see where that goes. Okay. A shout out to Don with the $5 super chat says, Duke, my dude, Myron can't win. He has to build controversy since he can't win by audience. He says Brian is about the money and Myron was crying. Yeah, it was true. You can't call somebody out for being about the money and then start crying when you get demonetized. Like, you didn't even get canceled. You got demonetized and you were crying about it. Like, come on, bro. Meso Karib, shout out to you for the $2 super chat. Meso Karib says, I think Brian did not go home alone that night. Nah, he's not going home. You're not going home alone, bro. Somebody's going to stay and comfort him. You want some cuddles? You want to play around a little bit? Would that make you feel better, Brian? Nah, trust me, Brian's all set. You know what he's doing. Don, shout out to you for the $2 super chat. Don says, RP once again can't save anyone. I don't think they ever saved anyone. But shout out to you, Chad. You can be anywhere in the world right now, but you spent your time with me. Remember, this guy right here is an absolute fraudster. Don't listen to anything he says, okay, until he tells you what an NFT really means. And until then, I will catch you guys on the next episode.
But ass